Hey everybody, let's look for the live stream. I think we should give them the link for me. I'm not sure what it is. We're just waiting for the day. I'm Rachel. I'm so sorry for everybody. Earlier there was a technical issue. Can you please send the link to everybody? Kindly share it on Slack, please, so that everybody will be able to show up on our live. Hi, everyone. It seems that I pressed the wrong button earlier and I ended the live stream. How is everybody doing, by the way? It's been a while since we've seen each other, right? Good evening. I'm seeing a lot of people right now. We're at 29 people. Okay, so we now have 39. By the way, how's everybody? How is everybody? Like, I know that you just ended your last, it's not really your last because we're going to be proceeding to prospecting, by the way, and I will have some announcements about prospecting. Low on funds. finally submitted everything. Such an achievement. Good job, Sheila. Good job. Oh, I miss you too. I miss you. Like, I really miss everybody here. I apologize. I promised to, be more online during the lives, but it was very difficult because we had a death in the family. But he's already buried, so I actually have a meeting later at 11, so I wanted to really make sure that we do this live. Hahabol ako kahit prepaid lang gamit ko. We miss you, Miss Judee. Oh, I miss you too. And that's the spirit, okay? All right. So today, okay. Stuck with WordPress. Go lang ng go, okay? By the way, I just wanted to make an announcement before we proceed with our topic for today that please magpa-interview kayo, okay? We will schedule the interviews ASAP. And don't worry, guys, if you're not yet done with your ClickFunnels and WordPress, because, pwede pa kayo makahabol. Sorry. Kumusta na po? Be safe po. Tumataas pa ang COVID rate sa Cebu. Like, I'm, like, just this week, I was only out, I think, once. And hopefully, I won't be really, like, out for quite some time. Nakakamiss po yung boses niyo. Thank you. I have a very irritating voice. Good evening po, Miss Judee. Still cash as we started our online class. Currently doing my son physics while watching. Oh. You must be very young, Kenji. Anyway, today we have a very important topic. And for me, it's the most, shall I say, the most important topic out of all the training days that we've had. And it's really about success secrets. Success secrets when it comes to the virtual assistance industry. But actually, this is not just for aspiring virtual assistants, because this is also very useful if you in any job really, and also any career, any even any business. Okay, so I'm gonna try to distill all that I have learned in my life, in my career life, and I will teach you what it takes to succeed and get on to like living your best life. Really. Okay. The second period. I really don't believe that you're gonna be happy if let's say, masarap naman yung love life mo at wala ka namang pera. Or if you're not career-wise happy, you're kind of incomplete, right? Because our career is directly proportional to somehow the sense of self-worth that we put, to ourselves. And I know that that's wrong because we have self-worth whatever that we're doing in life. But then don't you think that, I don't know, I think I'm not the only person here who feels like if I'm not performing in my life, if I'm not doing something useful, and if I'm not doing something that is, um, oh, something wrong with my audio? What's happening? Okay. What's the audio problem? Garbled sound. What could it be? Wait lang. Let me get my headset, ha? Let's try it with my headset. Okay na? Okay, it's good. Pangit ng audio. How about this? Let's try this. How about this? Is this good? Is this better? Is having a headset better? Okay. All right. So let's proceed. Actually, meron akong mic. I have a compressor mic. I also have like a lapel here. But tinatamad ako. It was like you're speaking underwater. Okay. All right. Better no headset po. What is better? Mas clear ang walang headset. Ano ba talaga, guys? Mag-headset or hindi? Okay. This, is it fine? Is it good? Okay, sige, let's proceed. Maybe that was just a temporary thing with my internet, right? So anyway, let's proceed. Today's topic is super important because for me, these are the things that I really learned from the many years that I was working, also doing business, also from like starting from the bottom to wherever I'm at right now. These are the things that I really learned in life. And I want you to learn these things because I want you to all have that sense of purpose as well as like commanding presence, that wherever you are respected in the career that you choose, especially with your clients. Because we don't just want to respect our clients, we need to also be respected. And the only way that we can be like respected wherever that we are is making sure that we show up properly, right? Have you noticed that if, like, for example, let's say my friend Kana, their life is not like they haven't figured out life, and so like maybe they're slacking off with stuff, and for some reason people are not like treating them the way that they should be treated. Like somehow people would take you for granted because they think that you're not as important, let's say, compared to somebody. And I think that's really bad, but we can't help it because that's culture. That's the way that people are, I guess. I don't know. Like it's the whole dynamic in the world. Okay, so let's start. I'm going to be discussing in parts. The first part is I'm going to teach about attitudes for success. Okay? And then in the later part, I will be talking about habits for success. And then afterwards, I'm going to talk about interview techniques. Also, we're going to have some pointers from our HR manager, Joy. And then we're also going to have some pointers from our operations manager, Mimi. I'll also ask Ursi and Neil if they are online right now. Maybe they can also join in the fun. But as of now, okay, let's start with attitudes for success. Okay? So I hope that you will take note of stuff. I'll try to send you notes also. But the first thing is, number one, be goal-oriented. Okay? Now, I know of so many people who live their lives, their day-to-day lives, not really living a sense of purpose. And I think that is so sad because every day they work and work and work, but really, what are you doing this for, right? And have you noticed that there are times when you would be burnt out from your job? Because I think the reason is because you're not always like reminding yourself of your goals. In fact, a really good thing that I do, that I have been doing for many, many years now, is I always post on my wall, in my office, in my bedroom, my goals. So that when I wake up, I know that that's what I'm working for. Okay? That's what I'm working for. Like, let's say, for example, like, it's really like that commercial by Nescafe, para sino ka bumabangon, something like that, right? And you have to really take note. Oh, my sister is here. Shout out to my sister, Katie. Di ba, Kate? I always have my goals, right? I'm obsessed with them. Comment below and tell them how obsessed I am. So, I always have my goals in place. Like, for example, what am I really working for? I'm going to like have a list on hand, and I'm going to like really, so that when I wake up in the morning, I know that, hey, I'm doing this for my family, for myself. I'm doing this for, let's say, the properties that I want to buy. Let's say I want to achieve these goals because it would elevate myself and my family, right? And if you have time, guys, do that inspo board. My sister just mentioned here. My sister is in the UK, and I'm that girl who's obsessed with the inspo board. I always had those. Like, for the past 10 years, I have been consistent with the inspo board. But ever since I was like 12, or 11 years old, I always already wrote down my goals. I had a notebook, I'm into diaries, and I would look at my goals and I would say, oh, these are my goals. This is why I'm studying. This is why I'm going to school every day. And when I grew up, it just happened naturally. And, you know, um, I think it's a really good strategy because whenever you are so bummed with like how tough life can be, especially your job, in the moments that your job can be tough, then you would be reminded, hey, I'm doing this kasi gusto ko bumili ng bahay para sa nanay ko. Or hey, I'm doing this because I want to help my younger siblings na maka-school sila. Or I'm doing this because I have 4 kids. Something like that, right? Okay. Number 2 is no absences or lates. Okay. Guys, I know that there really are valid reasons, no, that you can be absent or late. But I think I already like made an entire rant about this. I'm not gonna rant anymore. But this is so important that you have a goal. I mean, that you have like, that you are not absent or late all the time, because personally, as a boss, it turns me off. Like, I'm not kidding. It turns me off. Even if it's a valid absence, pero kung always na lang na mag-absent at saka mag-late, turn off talaga. I'm not kidding. Like, maybe for you, it's a valid reason, but kami na nasa management team, makikita namin talaga yung mga tao na ang dami-dami nilang valid reason. Parang habitual na valid reason, you know? And I want you to know that if it cannot be helped, make sure to reach out to us and your client as to when you will render your makeup hours. Like, it's not enough that you're going to say, I'm going to be I have to be absent kasi na COVID ako or something. Well, please tell us, of course, if you're still alive. I'm kidding. I am kidding. Okay. But let's say, for example, yung mga dysmenorrhea na mga reason, like, dysmenorrhea ako, I cannot work, something like that. Even if you really can work, to be truly honest, you can work even when you're having a dysmenorrhea attack. But always tell when you're going to make up for the hours. Don't expect your client to have somebody at the back burner to do your job, because remember that this is not a big company. Most often than not, they only have you, okay, or a couple more VAs, but nobody can really step in, okay? So I would like to remind you of that. You already have a very good like opportunity and conditions in working, especially that you're just working at home. So before you even ask to be absent or late, you really have to ask yourself, how can I not be absent or late? Kasi nasa bahay lang naman ako. Right? And make sure that you inform ahead, and wag kayo mag-absent tapos mag-inform kayo after na kayo nag-absent. No, guys, that's already NCNS. Okay? Oh, my sister, may comment pa yung sister ko. Kasi, guys, my sister was also like one of the original VAs that I've had here in the company. And she had a Euro trip, right, Kate? You were like traveling around Europe, but she was also a VA. And even if we're sisters, she knows how strict I am with deadlines. So she, even if she's my sister, she asked me ahead of time kung ano yung mga assignment niya, anong gagawin, what she will do with the client, right? So walang preferential treatment dito, kahit sister. May isang time na nag-away pa kami sa sister ko, I fired her, pero bumalik din siya. Kasi As in, okay na kami. Okay, so, no absences or lates, guys. Number 3, no excuses. Okay? Before you even make an excuse about, like, let's say, for instance, hindi mo nagawa yung task. Or let's say, ayaw mo gawin yung task. Really, before you even make an excuse about like non-performance or something, listen to yourself and ask yourself, where did you really fall short in the equation? Okay? Many times kasi, when let's say, have you noticed that the moment that we give an excuse is already the time that we're already defensive, right? It doesn't come from a sense of reason, but it's more of a sense of like defending ourselves. Because intrinsically, we know that we're wrong, right? Kasi sa totoo lang, guys, what is the need of giving an excuse? Just tell the truth. That's what I want to say even. So, before kayo mag-excuse, ask yourself, why am I giving this excuse? Where am I falling short in this situation? Like, for example, let's say, ay, na-late ako kasi traffic sa EDSA. Something like that. But if you really go deeper into your excuse, is it really the traffic in EDSA that you were late? Or is it because you know that traffic ang EDSA, but you did not wake up early and you did not go outside early? Diba? So you have to ask yourself, where is my role in this whole situation? Before I even give an excuse. It's really also about saying na, like, in my end na, bakit ako tumaba? I will not blame my mother who made the delicious dishes. I'm going to blame myself kasi ako ang kumain, right? And that's the thing about us humans. Whenever there's something that happens in our lives, we somehow are so defensive, like, it's the fault of the president, fault ito ng barangay captain namin, fault ng mayor, fault ito ng security guard ng building namin, things like that. But where are we really falling short? Okay? Please take note of that. Now, in place of excuses, I want you to, number 4, be honest. Okay? Like, for example, if meron ka talagang mistake, do you know that I really appreciate it when my employees would come to me and would say na, I was really wrong and I'm sorry. Alam nyo, guys, tapos na ang discussion. I would say, okay, I understand. I will not say na, bakit ka na wrong? Bakit ka, kasi ang tao nag-admit na, right? But then, if you're going to keep on, like, parang i-defend mo pa yung nangyari, that will raise up so much drama, especially. Mas mabuti pa, just be honest. Just also, by the way, if meron kayong mistake sa mga client nyo, tell us ASAP. Okay? Tell us, the management ASAP, because we are on your side and we're going to help you. We're going to help you make sure that at least we can resolve it, and we can help you like resolve it. Number 5, be proactive and always volunteer to help. It's not for help. I'm sorry. Kindly edit it. Always volunteer to help. Now, for example, you're seeing that your client is struggling about something. Don't wait on the sidelines na, like, for example, you notice na she's really struggling about something. Tapos, ikaw you're pretending na you don't know. Parang you just you're avoiding eye contact because ayaw mo na bigyan ka ng task. Please don't be that, because that's, for me, I will always remember people who are proactive, because, and people who volunteer, they're usually the last people that I will fire in case of, a crisis. But if you're that person who's always finding a way to like not do something, then I would also remember who was that person na excited masyado mag-clock out, or excited talaga na, ay, para hindi ako mabigyan ng task, mag-offline ako. Yun ang mga tao na kung may mga crisis, especially right now guys, na crisis ang mga panahon, you don't want to be the first one to be fired. Okay? You don't want to be the first one na kung may cost cutting, ikaw yung mabiktima. So, be proactive and always volunteer. And don't worry na you will be labeled as sip-sip or what. Sip-sip na kung sip-sip. But this is what we call serbisyong totoo. I don't know how to... Sorry about my Tagalog again. But, if you're sincere with the work that you do for your clients, this shouldn't be a problem, right? Okay. Next is 9. Apologize when you are wrong instead of looking for a way to make excuses for your lapses, plus offer to fix it. Okay? So let's say, for example, you are aware na you did something wrong. Be the kind of person who acts immediately by resolving it. Alam nyo guys, there is no need to feel wounded with your ego if it's not going to add into the productivity of the company. Take note of that. Step aside sa mga ego at pride natin. Apologize. Be quick to apologize. Be quick to say, okay, I am wrong. I want to fix it. Even if there are times, guys, na talagang I am guilty of this, I really don't like saying sorry, especially if I feel like I was not wrong. Because let me tell you guys, I am so prideful as a person. I'm so proud. I'm very egotistic as well. But I find that in my end, I say sorry immediately, although not as often that I still want to do. But oftentimes, especially when it's a career thing, I always say sorry, and I always immediately act to fix it. Okay? So let's say, for example, if you were wrong about something, then go ahead and do it. Diba? Kasi all the arguing, the back and forth arguing will not help. Okay? Yung parang you're trying to save face, guys, that's so useless. That's so useless, guys. Saving face? How about fixing it? Diba? Kasi saving face is just going to heal or soothe your ego, but fixing it will make that problem go away. What's better? Diba? What's better? Okay. And then, number 10, be grateful. Okay? Be grateful. So, I see that you have to think about this. If you're given an opportunity, whether may COVID, whether walang COVID, we have to be grateful. Don't be that kind of person who's going to act like, I can always find another VA job. Meron pa namang maraming client dyan. You know what? We never really know, guys. In fact nga, look at the big corporations around the world. They're billionaires. Di ba nagsara din sila? Have you heard of that? Like Dunkin' Donuts just closed down 450 branches. Kahit yung mga billionaires, guys, walang job security yung mga employees. So think about that. If you have a job right now, be grateful. If you're given this opportunity to work, be grateful. Okay? Even yung Starbucks, maraming Starbucks nagko-close down. Zara, H&M, Forever 21, Neiman Marcus, right? So many, guys, all over the world. Yung ang dami-daming mga pal na mga employees, mga Cebu Pacific employees who don't have a job. Now, be grateful. Okay? And how do you translate that when you have a job? Don't be disrespectful sa trabaho mo, right? Give it justice. If you're grateful for your job, then you will have a smile on your face that today I have an opportunity to shine and show my talents into the world. And I have an opportunity to earn money in a decent way that I can help my family. I'm grateful for that, right? Isn't that great? And so I want you to have that attitude when you are working. Don't, kasi it's so weird. I'm not kidding. I know that Joy and Mimi can attest to this, that in the many years that we're doing this, we really encounter VAs na parang hindi sila grateful, guys. Taken for granted yung client. Taken for granted na, let's say, for example, we offer them the trial with the client. Tapos, they bust the trial. Tapos, hindi mag-show up. It was so weird. And parang nagtitinginan na lang kami ni Joy at saka ni Mimi. Tapos, ang masasabi lang namin, baka super rich na to siya. Hindi na niya kailangan ng pera. Hindi na niya kailangan ng client. Pero guys, we don't know what the future holds right now. And so if you're given an opportunity, be grateful, give it justice, be good to your clients, be good to your fellow VAs, be good to yourself, okay? And also with this in mind, I urge you to always, also not just be grateful for that job, but think about it every day that you are grateful. Have that attitude for gratitude. I personally have a gratitude journal. Every day, I would even thank God that, let's say, for example, perfect yung naluto ko na rice. Something like that. Perfect yung naluto kong rice. Binigyan ako ng nanay ko ng delivery na lumpia. Super cheap, but happy ako. Yung mga ganon. Be grateful. Okay? All right. Now, let's go to our next segment, which is habits for success. Okay? So, what's the difference between attitudes and habits? Attitudes is yung attitudes is, oh my God, ang masabi ko yung attitude mo. Attitude is like, I guess your approach in life, your personality, and how you carry yourself. And habits are the different ways that you, like, for example, habits are like the action steps that you do every day. Okay? And so I'm going to give you 11 tips on habits. Because, guys, when I was young, my grandfather, who is super strict, would drill on me about habits, routine, something like that. And you know what? I really thought that he was just being a pain in the ass. Whenever I'm gonna be drilled about routine, habits, something like that. But have you noticed the difference between the people who are responsible and who are successful are the habits that they take on every day, right? Have you noticed that success is synonymous to discipline, right? Success is synonymous to discipline. Success is synonymous to the day-to-day habits that you do. So, for example, the attitude is your personality, but the habits are the actions, the concrete actions that you do every day. Okay? All right. So, let's start with the first habit for success. Hang on. Number 1 is show up early. Okay? This doesn't just talk about like showing up like on your, let's say, on your shift early, but show up. Like, have you noticed that 90% of life is really just showing up? 90% of success is showing up every day, showing up consistently. Habits, okay? So, show up. Like, for example, if your client, and not just show up, guys, but kasi meron din namang show up na late. Diba? Show up early. Okay? Show up early. Like, for example, let's say you have a client call at 9 p.m. I advise you that by 8:30 p.m., you're already sitting on your office table, home office table. You already have your coffee or juice or like water ready, and you are ready to take on the tasks. Don't be like super, I'm guilty of this because I'm such this is my lifelong struggle, to be honest. But it's also something that, because when I was younger, I always had these awards that was like best in latecomer, something like that. Like, I was always in the principal's office because I had like 30 tardiness that year, something like that. Like, every week, meron talaga akong tardy, And on top of that, yung mga absent, yung mga ganon. And I lived my life in a way like, especially because I don't want to blame my parents. My dad is really strict, but my mom is kind of chill, right, Katie? My sister is laughing because we both have the same awards, because obviously our parents drive us to school at the same time, so we're always late. So when you come from that kind of childhood, my sister became very obsessed with being an early bird. But on the flip side, I was not at all bothered by attendance. Like, I really told myself, I am too cool. Like, too cool for school, I felt like I was too cool to be always early. I subscribed to that notion of being fashionably late. I felt like I was trying too hard if I'm too early, or I didn't want to be too early because it feels like I'm too eager. And that really cost me like really bad consequences in life, because maybe in some situations, like Like, for example, you don't want to be the first person in the party because you might look like you're too eager. But you have to understand, guys, that doing that kind of habit is actually a manipulation tactic. It's a tactic that shows you that you don't really respect their time too much, and thereby somehow it's like a hidden ploy that you're not to be manipulated. But you have to think about this, guys. The majority of life is not a party. The majority of life is reaching our goals. And if you are not showing up early for the goals that you have in life, and if you're not early for the important situations, the important events in your life, then you're really going to miss out sorely, right? Like being late for your graduation. Do you want that? Being late for your kids' graduation. Being late for, let's say, the recognition day. Being late for the raffle, guys. If late ka sa raffle, di ba wala kang mawin? Di ba ibigay sa iba? So, show up. Give yourself, give yourself a favor and show up early. Do not, mind people who look at you weird and think like you're trying too hard and that you're not cool. Because, newsflash, the world is no longer for the cool. The world is already for the nerds. Look at Mark Zuckerberg. Look at Warren Buffett. They're the nerds in the world. Aren't they winning? Right? The winners in the world are the early people. Okay? The winners in the world are the people who try their best. And showing up early shows that you are championing yourself and that you're being good to yourself. Okay? I ranted too much about that. Okay? Next is always give an update daily about your progress. So this is important because, yes, Rowena, punctuality is a sign of respect. Okay, that's so true. Number 2, always give an update daily about your progress. So, that's the reason why we have a productivity report, which leads us to 3, have an awesome productivity report. I'm actually seeing recently that some of our VAs don't have the kind of productivity report that I am impressed with. And so please listen to our onboarding. We're going to have an onboarding activity, and Mimi is going to teach you how to create a proper a proper productivity report. But as a general life advice, why do we give updates? Okay, why do we give updates? For the girlfriends in the world, have you noticed na it's so annoying if your partner does not update you? Let's say, for example, guys, yung husband mo has to travel somewhere. Maybe they have to be gone for a week. Hindi ka ba mairita or ma-angry if they don't update you kung ano nang nangyari sa buhay nila? Right? And I want you to know that it's really the same with clients. While you're working, they probably are thinking, is he done with the task na gusto kong masubmit na niya? Kasi I want an update on that para we will also know the other updates, so that we can coordinate properly, right? So please update, guys. Mag-update din kayo sa mga asawa niyo, okay? Hindi naman you would say na, ay, clingy masyado yung asawa ko or yung girlfriend ko or something. But you know what? Ang daming mga world war na hindi ma-happen that you can prevent if you just update. Okay. Another thing is regarding the productivity report, make sure that your productivity report, you will greet your client na, hi client, hi Judee, today I'm so happy because I was able to complete my tasks. And the tasks that I was able to do are as follows, something like that, blah, blah, blah. We have a format. Please follow the format, okay? The reason why we have a format is because we have demonstrated the success of the format. So changing the format essentially is like telling us that you're too lazy to follow the format, that you're lazy in general, that you are stubborn, and also we have a really good format, so just follow it. It's so easy. Okay. Next is number 4. Be prepared every day for each work day. Okay. So even like remember that our first point is to show up early, right? Now, so that you can show up early, you're gonna prepare, right? So be prepared every day for your work day. I advise that you you can actually create like a routine, like a morning routine. Have you noticed that all these successful people have a morning routine? Have you heard of that, guys? I personally have a morning routine, even if I'm lazy, but I have a morning routine. When I wake up, I actually immediately recall my dreams because I really believe in that. When I recall my dreams, then somehow it gives me a glimpse of, the things to come. Kind of psychic, I know, but believe me, it works. Another is it I somehow have like problem solving stuff when I dream. Number 2 is um I also write down in my gratitude diary immediately. Like when I wake up, I would remember because if I do it, I do this twice a day. As soon as I wake up and while I'm about to sleep, I write in my gratitude diary. Like, for example, in my gratitude diary, I'm going to write down, Lord, thank you because I really had a great sleep. I had 8 hours of sleep, which is amazing. Or I would write down, like, yesterday, um, I got a thank you note from one of the VAs that they were so grateful about their job. And I really was so touched. Something like that. And you know what? It's a really good part of habit. It's a really good habit forming activity because you are instantly in a good mood and you instantly have that sense of purpose about why am I alive? Why am I working? Things like that. Okay. And then another is I also like fix my bed. And this is something groundbreaking, right, Katie? Because I'm the kind of person for most of my life that does not fix my room and fix my bed. But then I also like fix my bed because it's a sign for me na I'm not gonna go back to sleep because I'm gonna work now. Right, guys? So fix your bed, Maybe another habit after you fix your bed, after you make your bed, you I'm not a coffee person, honestly. So you could either like for me, I drink a glass of water. Maybe for you want to have coffee, you do that. You wake yourself up, okay? Don't like try it, guys, because successful people have habits like morning routines and it gives them the kind of like preparation for a successful day, and it's really helpful. Like maybe you can clock in your exercise that time. And then after that, you can take a shower. And then also, you already have prepared your clothes from the previous day so that you can use them immediately, right? And then you can go to your home office. Which also brings me to how another thing that you can prepare yourself for each work day is to make sure that your home office is on point, okay? I'm not somebody who's gonna judge you if you're a messy person. But as a former messy person, guys, Katie, who's still watching this, she was so amazed that I really had a huge life change, that I suddenly, like to be neat and clean. But I'm not kidding you. A messy work environment will make you very distracted. However, a neat environment will help you have that sense of calm and serenity so that you can focus just on performing to your best ability. I find myself that I become very sluggish when my surroundings are so messy. And I thought to myself before that I was just really like tired or lazy or something, but it's actually because my stuff like is super messy. Okay? My sister said, "So amazed, keep it up." Yes, because you know what? My sister would even sometimes clean my workspace, and like she would dust it like, "How can you live like this?" And for me before I'm like I don't care. But then just try it, guys. Try it. I'm not somebody who can like really point a finger because I am a former messy person, but just start it. Just get on it. Fixing your bed is the key to successful life, sabi ng lola ko. Yes, oh my God. Before, I actually also have a grandma who always like harps on, like fix your bed, fix your bed, something like that. But it really annoys me because I didn't get the meaning of it until I understood it like just recently. And it's really because if you fix your bed, it's a sign that, when you do something immediately at the onset of your day, then you already have some sort of check mark in your to-do list. And when you have already a check mark in your to-do list, then you have that stamina to keep going. You're more motivated because you've already started your day with success. Because even just cleaning your bed is already going to make you, I don't know, make you feel successful, I guess. And when you start feeling successful, like, oh, then I'm going to like wash my dishes. And then after that, oh, I'm done washing my dishes. Ano pa ba yung i-clean ko? You feel like you have it together, and then it resonates with whatever that you do. Next is be organized. Okay, so it's not just organizing your things, but organizing is, I believe, like it's a 4-part thing. Organize your mind, organize your thoughts, organize your goals, and organize your systems, okay? Your projects and your systems. Again, organize your space or your environment, organize your mind, organize your ano yun? Organize your goals, and organize your systems. So when you organize your mind, ano ba yun? Of course, self-explanatory. Mag-clean ka, you fix your stuff. Maybe with organizing your workspace, it could also be your physical workspace. It could also be your digital workspace. Maybe you declutter your digital junk, right? Maybe you probably still have files from 2009. Yung project mo na ni-submit mo sa Filipino 2, something like that. You don't need it right now. Just delete it, okay? Organize your stuff. Organize your like work stuff. And what I mean by that is, in my end, maybe you can have, let's say, if you like to do a bullet journal, you can do that. Maybe if you want to have like let's say a whiteboard thingy, you can do that. Maybe if you want to use a Trello board, you can do that. I like to do a Trello board and like a whiteboard thingy. Okay, but it's up to you. We all have our different kind of systems. Figure it out. Okay. Next is, of course, organizing your, ano ba yun? Ano sinabi ko? Organize your mind. Now, another powerful habit for success is actually doing a brain dump every day. Like, for example, that's the reason why, guys, na if yung meeting nyo sa client mo is around 9 p.m., then it's better na at 8:30 andyan ka na sa chair mo so that you can start decluttering your mind. Like, let me do it right now. Let's say, for example, what the hell is wrong? Okay. Like, for example, let me have this piece of paper. I'm waiting for my meeting with my client, let's say. And then while I'm at it, I'm going to declutter my mind. And I'm going to list down everything that I want to, like, whatever is crowding my mind. Because God knows that we have so much crowding our minds. Our plans, our great ideas, yung to-do list, yung mga dapat gawin sa client, yung ibili sa market, sa hardware, yung mga ganon. So, like, write it down. Like, let's say, for example, I'm going to put na, buy calamansi. And then, submit proposal to client. And then, do laundry, wash dishes, and then bathe Fluffy. You know, by the way, guys, these are actual things on my mind, right? There's so many things. And then you start organizing so that when 30 minutes and it's time for your client call, you're better prepared. You have your life together. Even if it's not related to your client, then somehow you have a better aura because, guys, it's not just physical junk that's going to slow us down. It's also the junk that we have here. Let me tell you that. I'm one to to say this, but I have so much junk on my mind. It's not a joke. And what's really been helping me is constantly decluttering that. Every day you do that. You do that and it becomes habitual until, I'm not going to say that you're never going to have like, clutter here and clutter everywhere, but it's like maintaining your house. If you just clean your house once a year, then you're going to live your life as a messy hoarder, like parang, I don't know, like parang payatas dump site all year long. So is it worth it? And then it's so difficult to clean it because you just accumulated a year long accumulation of like junk. So it's just like your brain. You keep on cleaning it up until a time comes wherein when you write down your stuff, you only really have three things to do that day, or like three main concerns, And I'm not saying that if you have a lot of concerns that your life is not together, but you have to have that attitude that you are moving your life forward. Am I helping right now, guys? I need some feedback. Is this helpful, what I'm teaching right now? I'm not seeing any comments. Okay, so number 6. Okay, very much. Thank you so much, Samantha. Number 6, be on time with your submissions. So, guys, be in that habit of being on time with your submissions. Okay? What's the use if you are always present every day, pero yung mga submissions mo sa work mo, always late naman, your client is still gonna be annoyed with you. So, that's the reason why I'm teaching you and I'm telling you to organize yourself. Because when you organize your mind, when you organize your systems, when you organize your workspace, when you organize like your files, when you organize the way that you do projects, you're always going to be on time with submissions because you've figured your system out. Okay? So, how to be on time with your submissions? I-budget mo ang time mo. Okay? Be early. Of course, you will not be on time with your submissions if all day long natutulog ka lang, right? So, please, this actually ties in together, okay? Next is, oh, by the way, how to be on time? Back, please. Be on time with your submissions. Use this strategy. As I mentioned, use this cube. It's so helpful. Like earlier, sa totoo lang guys, when I made, nag-cramming ako, my gosh, I'm guilty. Nag-cramming din ako when it comes to this talk because I've been so busy lately and I know that that's an excuse. I actually sleep so much. But I was nearly late earlier and I kid you not, I timed myself while I was in the shower. And then I timed myself while I was like changing my clothes and like putting on makeup, everything you can actually time yourself. I even have like a particular schedule in my calendar that it's time to sleep. I admit that I don't follow it religiously, but it's a good reminder that this is the time to sleep. So I'm going to sleep, okay? So that you won't be like making an excuse na I wasn't on time sa submission kasi wala na talaga akong tulog kasi I'm always like playing video games, right? Okay. Next is make sure to get proper sleep. Okay. So many successful people would say na I'm not getting so much sleep. And for me, is it really success if wala kang tulog? For me lang ha, it's not success. I would say that, in my early years in doing the business, I was working too much to the point that I can't even sleep. And for me, even if I had money, that was not success for me. Because if I cannot sleep, then I'm always like really grouchy and really like angry at the world. And I didn't know that the reason was because I wasn't getting any sleep. Okay? And you have to think about that. Give yourself that gift and that luxury of sleeping. If you just organize your time properly and you budget your time, you can actually use a calendar blocking technique to add your sleep to your calendar. Like I personally put my sleep at 1 a.m. to 8 a.m. or I don't know, 12 midnight to 8 a.m. And I feel so good. Like I'm not kidding. It's the best thing. Try it. Really, because it's really like this. Kung it's also like that adage na kung ayaw ang daming dahilan. Kung gusto mo, you can also make a lot of paraan, right? So look for a way to fit in the things that matter in your life. Exercise, sleeping well, especially sleeping well, guys. You're not going to function properly as a worker, as a business owner, or really anybody in your life if you don't have proper sleep. Okay. Number 8, manage your time well. That also actually is resonant to what I mentioned. Now, you have to budget your time. Use the calendar blocking technique that I taught, wherein you plan out your days. I personally plan out my days. Like, for example, I'm going to sleep at this time. I'm going to be awake at this time. This is the time that I eat lunch. I will not eat breakfast. I will just eat lunch. Um, this is the time that I will exercise. This is the time that I will take a shower. Calendar block, even when you're going to do your laundry, when you're going to like clean and stuff. And you'll actually be amazed that you can do things, because when you are not taking account of the time that you have each day, is tantamount to losing that time to nothing. Because really, my talent is doing nothing. If you just do not give me a schedule, I will do nothing. And I'm really good at that. I'm not kidding. Okay, come on. Excuse me. Okay. Next is look after your boss. If your boss is disorganized, don't criticize him or her. Instead, ask yourself how you can make their life better. Make this a habit, guys. Okay? I know that it's like this. If you really want to be in that, I don't know, like, if you want to always, I'm not saying that there is really job security in the world. 2020 has shown us that there is no such thing as job security and like security for any corporation. Everybody's like closing their businesses left and right. But if you want to up your chances of success, and if you want to up your chances of, in a way, influencing, your security and your job, make sure that you look after your boss. A lot of people criticize their boss and saying that, you know what, my boss is so disorganized, or my boss is like, but you don't you know that that's your job? Your job is to organize your boss. And instead of criticizing him or her, instead of saying now, oh my gosh, like she's so not good in managing, blah blah blah. Newsflash, you're part of the management. You're part of the organization. So the failings of your boss is also your fault. So if you want to really help out your company, stop criticizing your boss. Instead, do something that's useful and help out. Sino ang nakarelate dito? Or shall I say na bullseye? I'm sure that there are a lot of you who have tried this in the past, wherein you felt so, I don't know, like you felt so justified when you criticize your boss. But you have to take note of this. The failings of your boss is directly proportionate to the failings of your job. And if your boss fails, the business of your boss fails, then you're also not going to get a job, or you're going to lose your job. So think about that. Okay? Instead of being happy about like the losses of your boss, be happy I mean, be happy to help. Okay? All right. Next is be in the habit of reaching out to us, the management, for your successes and struggles. So, guys, if you have struggles and, like, for example, if you have problems, please reach out immediately to us. Okay? We are your first line of defense. We're going to help you. We're willing to help you. Okay? Also for your successes, because your success is our success. It really makes us really happy to see you thrive in this world. So we would really like that. Okay? All right. And 11, identify at least one thing every day that makes you happy and grateful. Okay. I mentioned this earlier, but I really believe that your career can flourish when you have a cheerful smile on your face that emanates from within. And with that, everyone will naturally be drawn to you. So make this also a habit. It's not just an attitude of gratitude, but it's also a habit of gratitude. Like, for example, if you don't have time for a gratitude diary, then just identify and maybe like say it out loud every day. Like, I'm happy sa adobo na pagkain today. Kasi it means that meron pa akong trabaho, so meron pa akong nabili na meat. Something like that. Be grateful and say it out loud. And when you feel that you are grateful and you feel like the world is working for you and not against you, then somehow magically, for some reason, things really go your way. Okay? Trust me in that because I do it all the time. I've noticed that in the moments that I do dip into depression and when I do dip into like self-loathing and self-pity, it's also those times when I'm not grateful of the things that are happening to me, whether they're big and small. Okay? All right. So let's proceed to interview techniques. So I will just give you a little bit of the interview techniques, but afterwards, I will be turning it over to Joy because she'll also give some advice about the jobs. And after Joy, Mimi is also going to be going online, hopefully. And then Ursi, and if Neil is also here, then he's also going to be online. Okay? So I'm going to share the interview techniques basically um, based on like what I really look at when, especially that I'm a client myself and a boss. So these are the things that I look at. Okay? And number one is your smile. Okay? Guys, number one, smile. This is so important that you smile because when you smile, somehow it gives yourself that boost of confidence, even if it's hard to smile. But when you smile, it's like a precursor for confidence. And confidence is so important when you're, trying to be in, like, you're trying to present yourself in an interview, because at the end of the day, your interview is literally the biggest advertisement that you deserve a job, right? You have to take note of this, that you're selling yourself in an interview. And we're already doing so much to sell you in the interview. Okay? So it starts with a smile. If you don't know what to say, like for example, okay, this is just a sneaky little tip. Let's say I'm still thinking about my answer. Instead of saying, kasi I would just pause and smile, like, tell me something about yourself. And then I don't know what to say, so I'm going to say. And I'm going to smile and I'm going to say, thank you for your question. My name is Judee. And I would just, take my time and I will smile in between. Try it because it works. It looks like you're confident and it looks like you know what you're saying, even if you're still trying to think. Instead of like I don't know, panicking and like, looking all distressed, it doesn't bode well. Okay. Number two is make sure that you are very familiar already with your resume. It sounds funny when I say that, but kasi when people ask them about their work history, I don't know why that there are some people who read from their resume and it's so obvious because, like, for example, your client will ask you like, tell me more about your work history, and then it's so obvious because they're reading their resume somewhere like this, and then I graduated in University of San Carlos, and as if it's not your resume. So I don't understand why you don't memorize it. Okay, so be familiar with your own resume. I'm sure that you already like, I don't know, I'm sure that you already like memorize every detail of your career. So make sure that you don't have to like keep on like no looking at your resume, please, because it's such a turnoff and it's so obvious. Okay. Number three is make sure again that you are not late, because we also will take note of that during your interview, whether it's an interview with just us in the management team. We're going to take note if you were late. But most of all, if you're going to be interviewed by a client and you're late, oh my gosh, it's such a turn off. And it could literally like make or break the job that you're going to get. So usually, if you're late on an interview, automatically you will not be accepted. Just think about that. Okay? All right. Number four is try to speak, like, for example, okay, speak clearly. Don't chew your words. So, for example, if you have a tendency to like chew your words, try to speak slowly as compared to like speaking so fast, so that you are understandable and so that your client will actually have a good impression that you have, great communication skills. I know that not a lot of us here have super awesome English skills, but it helps if you just talk like slower so that you can be understood. Okay? Number five is practice speaking in English. From this moment and on, I know that we will be having interviews within like, I don't know, maybe tomorrow until the next week. But especially with, I still want you to continue practicing your English. And the way that you can do that is start watching English shows on Netflix and also speak to your family members in English. Okay? It can really help. I personally, I can say, because we're not from the States. There's no foreigner in our family. And I can say that I improved my English speaking skills because our mom actively tries to talk to us in English. Although we also speak in our own dialect, which is Cebuano, but it's also a matter of being proactive, right? Okay. Right. So next is prepare yourself with like the most common questions that interviewers would give you. Like, for example, tell me something about yourself. Be prepared to answer that question. Like, for example, if you're going to ask me and somebody's going to ask me, so Judee, tell me something about yourself. I'm going to say, well, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Judee Kimberly Rallos, and I'm from Cebu. I'm 31 years old, and I've been in the virtual assistance industry for the past 9 years. I can say that I'm very skilled with digital marketing and digital and social media strategy, but my greatest strength is in writing. I also love activities like lead generation, closing sales, and graphic design, something like that. Be very clear. I have a YouTube channel. I also enjoy, in my spare time, I also enjoy painting, cooking, dancing, and a lot more, you know? So I just thought about that right now. But as I said, if you have a tendency to panic when somebody asks you, tell me something about yourself, then get to know yourself and then tell them, right? Don't be afraid to share about what your life is about, like what your passions are, what your goals are, what you are fond of, what you are good at, okay? And that's how you answer a tell me something about yourself question, okay? Don't overanalyze it, guys, because at the end of the day, the purpose of having an interview is not to have proper and like perfect English. Remember that there's no such thing as perfect, but the purpose of an interview is that so that the client can see if you are a match for the job and so that they can get to know you. Okay? All right. And then another tip that I want to give is be as chatty as possible. Okay? I've noticed that a lot of clients will really pick out the person who tries their very best to speak up. Okay? I know that there are people here who are like man of few words or something, or like silent type. But guys, interview to. So don't be a silent type during an interview. Okay? Kahit ngayon lang, just be, you offer to like really, like for example, if you don't know already what to say, give examples, share your experiences, you know, volunteer information, because they're supposed to get to know you. Okay? And ask questions. All right. Number 8 is make sure that your like internet and your computer and your software and your like Zoom and your lighting is ready, okay? Or like your technical aspects na lang. Your technical aspects is ready way before the start of the interview. One thing that really annoys me during an interview, especially when the client is already there, is you having technical issues and then your client is waiting there trying to see if you can be interviewed. Please don't be a turnoff. If you know that you're going to be interviewed at 9 a.m., make sure that you've already started to fix your internet by 8 a.m. At most 8:30. Make sure about that, okay? And what number are we now? Good evening. Good evening, Captain Ree. Okay. And then number 9 is please make sure that your surroundings is clean. Okay? It's such a turn off when I see clients it's such a turn off when I see VAs na may nakasampay na panty sa back, or mga like, you know, like I can see the trash, I can see like it looks smelly. Please make an effort to clean, make an effort to like make your surroundings look as presentable as possible, because even if your client cannot even if your client cannot smell your surroundings, but give them that impression that you are a neat person, na when they can envision na, it smells citrusy and not parang anghit. And please, yes, totoo yan. Wag, make sure to inform your wife na, or your husband na, honey, dun ka muna sa kwarto. Maybe like, andyan sa surrounding mo yung door sa bathroom, wag muna mag-bathroom, something like that. Diba? Kasi, what if naka-bathrobe or naka towel lang yung wife mo, or something like that. It's kind of like traumatic, And also, like for me, talaga yung turn off talaga is that time na may VA na merong mga panty tsaka mga bra sa background na nakasampay. Tapos it was so messy. Tapos it was, of course, he did not get the job. Something like that. Okay? Okay. And then, yeah, when you make your backdrop, even a white background is fine. As long as it's clean, guys. It doesn't have to have so many stuff. However, if you make an extra effort to like make your surroundings clean and your background specifically clean, then it's a good plus. Like, it's really extra points for me because it makes me feel like you made the effort. And I don't believe, guys, na you need money to make your surroundings clean. In fact, you don't need money to make your surroundings look like a really nice background, because it's just a little effort. Sa totoo lang, I myself don't spend a lot. Like, okay, I take that back. I spend a lot on surroundings, but in the past, when I didn't have money, I would actually fix my surroundings. Like, maybe, let's say you have a plant, maybe you can put it, like for example here, I just put a plant here and then there's a painting. But if you don't have money for a painting, maybe you can just print out like a picture and then like put it there. Maybe a magazine clipping na may saying, or maybe your own drawing, or maybe, I don't know, just keep it clean, I guess. No posters na like yung mga, I don't know. I think it doesn't look very nice if you have like posters that look messy. Do you remember those posters that we had when we were teenagers and we would clutter it in our room? It's kind of a turn off. Like, for example, Britney Spears, In Sync, yung mga yung mga ganun. Take it off, clean it up, paint your wall, and so that it looks good. Okay? Or you can, like, if it's like not salvageable, put like a curtain over it. Regarding a virtual background, I'm not a fan, although you can do it, but I'm not really a fan because sometimes it can backfire. Like, it looks like your head is floating and it looks weird. So also, sometimes whenever like somebody does a virtual background, it kind of makes me think that their house is messy. I'm not kidding. I kind of judge people that way. I'm sorry. But like, for example, even if a client would do that in a client call and they have a virtual background, it kind of makes me worry, like, what if this person is like, I don't know, I don't want to be judgmental, but in a way, I want to see the surroundings so that I can see if they have a capacity to pay. I'm sorry, but of course, they're going to get a free trial from us. We will have to make sure that they're not just taking advantage. But it kind of makes me think that what are they hiding, around that virtual background? So, mas better pa siguro na white background lang, guys. Compared sa virtual background, a lot of times, like your head is floating and then there's ocean here. It doesn't look really nice. Okay? Compared to like making it background ng cast ng Crash Landing on You. Yes. My Captain Ree watch the live stream right now tapos nag-hi. That's why I said, hi, Captain Ree. Okay, so anyway, I will, yeah, parang nalulunod ka sa background, right? And then sometimes the streaks of it like goes to your hair, or like you're like, I don't know, like floating tapos merong mga ocean or mga plant or mga ganon. It looks funny. So sometimes it can backfire, so don't do it. Okay? Meron dito, wallpaper, 100 pesos lang sa Shopee. Yes! You can do that, guys. Wallpaper. You can do that. Okay, so for now, I will transition and send this over to Joy. Joy, can you go online?
Hi, good
Joy.
evening, everyone.
Thank you so
I
much,
was
Joy,
here.
for being here and for the benefit of our VAs. So Joy will talk to you about her tips, okay? And then after si Mimi. Okay.
Yes. All right. So, good evening, everyone. Again. Actually, I took note of everything you said, Judy. I think that was already it.
No, no. I want you to, like, I don't know, share, like, tell them about your personal na mga, I guess, tips for success, not just sa interview, but like,
Mm.
ano pang mga observation mo na that can help?
Yes, okay. All right. So, again, for everyone who do not know me, I am Joy. I'm the HR manager for Virtual Lasting. And yeah, I've been in several interviews, both with clients and with with people here in Virtual Lasting, and even in my corporate job. So, I don't think of myself as an expert, but I have been observant and I've seen so many different behaviors happening in an interview. All the things that Judy shared are really true. Like I've noted them all down, like smiling. My tip for that would be really to smile because do you notice that when someone smiles at you, you also smile back? It's like a
So
very
true.
it's something we unconsciously do. That's even part of psychology there. Like sometimes when you're like
Mirroring.
rubbing your eyes, yeah, mirroring, you're rubbing your
Mirroring.
eyes, the other
So
person will also
contagious.
rub their eyes. Yeah. So when you smile, the client will also smile. Or maybe if they're like not the kind of person who smiles, but their overall aura will change when you
And they
smile.
will feel good about you.
Yes, and it will leave a positive mark on them. So, if you smile a lot during the interview, like I remember there was one client, she really did not pick this particular VA, but it left a mark on her heart when this VA was smiling throughout the interview and had that positive aura with her. So she said, "Oh, I will really consider her for the job. Maybe after 2 weeks when I've already like established the business and I already have enough time to train her because she saw that the VA is trainable, but she really had that positive vibe in her. It's just that she needed to learn more about the job, and she really felt for that VA. She was like going back and forth whether to hire her or not because she really liked the VA so much just by having that kind of impression in the interview. So smile a lot. It really will affect the other person listening, not just for interviews, maybe when you communicate with customers, when you communicate with your clients, with your fellow fellow VAs, or even with your family and friends. When you smile a lot, it really makes you it gives you the positive return after that. So smiling is good. Another tip I would give, maybe for newbies, I always like say this for all the interviews because I've done this before. Like I remember Judy told me before to prepare for an interview for this CEO of a big company. I wrote my answers down. I really did. I had a notepad in my computer and I just wrote all my answers down. Like Judy said, she informed you already beforehand to prepare for possible interview questions. Um, I also did. I prepared. Even Judy helped me out. Like I was asking Judy,
That
what
was
will
her first client.
Yes, Marwan, and yeah, I asked you, Judy, on what questions he might ask me, and then we were like preparing for that. So Judy was also hand holding me throughout the process, and I really thank her for that. Um, so yeah, that was my tip for everyone. Prepare, really prepare for the interview questions. There are so many questions you can find on Google. You just have to Google it up and type in their possible interview questions. Very basic. Tell me about yourself. What are your strengths or weaknesses? Those are really very common questions, and you can prepare for all of them. And if there are questions that might be asked in the interview that you did not prepare for, sometimes the answers that you prepared for will apply it to the questions that they will ask. So you just have to pick.
Kind of related.
Yeah, they are related, so you pick some phrases out and then put them on the question that the interviewer will ask you. So what I did before, like I said, I wrote them all down on notepad, or you can have some sticky notes and place them in a very strategic location. So, for example, for me, my camera is here. I put all those pointers here near the camera so that when you are reading them, it will not seem as if you're reading them because you're just looking at the camera. Also, if you will be reading them, give yourself some time to seem like you're naturally doing it. Maybe I always give this tip to batch one and batch two. Like, if you're reading all your answers, look pause every 5 to 6 words, and then you act as if you're still thinking about what to say next. Because if you are reading and you don't realize that you're not naturally doing it already, you will sound very monotonous.
Yes, you're like a robot.
Yes, you're like a robot, and you will be speaking very fast and very rehearsed. So we have to break that habit, because we want our clients to see that you are really naturally doing it. So if you're speaking, you pause every 5 to 6 words, or pause in every the cut in the sentence, and then what I do usually is like I will roll my eye up and maybe like look somewhere else or something, just to give that perception that you are still thinking of what to say next, even if you already rehearsed. Another tip I would give is to speak, because we already like discussed about monotony. Um, Make sure that the way that you deliver your words are not you know monotonous or not boring or something. It should have some life, because even if you're like the most skilled person, you have the best experience out there, and you prepared and you're very fluent when you're speaking, but if it's just one line, um it's just flat, it doesn't have life. You know what clients will often say? She doesn't have the energy I need. or
Yes, they
doesn't have
always.
the energy.
And have you noticed, Joy, that they always make comments like, "I really love her energy."
Yes, yes.
Mm,
Right. So it has to do with the up and down motion of how you enunciate your words, or how you pronounce your words, or how you say them. So you don't just, you don't have to be super perky like, "Oh my god, I like that." So you don't have to be like high pitch all the time, but you should have the energy and the alertness
mm.
required for the interview.
Don't be like, "Hi, my name is Judy." Uh. Diba? I'm
Yes.
not kidding. They really are like, would say, "Okay, tell me something about yourself." Well, I'm Judy, and um, I'm 31 years old. Parang, ayaw mong pa-interview. Parang ganon. Be eager. Di ba?
Yes, be very eager. That's right. So it has to do with the energy. It has to do with the tone. Also with the eye contact, because sometimes if your eye contact is not there, but down downwards, it will also affect, the impression. This is overall impression management that we're teaching you guys. So make sure that you are building that eye contact with the client. Also, what would help usually is, leaning forward, not slacking like this. When you're
Yeah.
having the interview, leaning
Like for
forward
example,
shows alertness.
if you are like let's say for example, look at the difference between like naka-relax ako tapos of course I will say, "Oh, well, para kang makatulog."
Right, right.
Ah, okay lang ako. Well, my name is Judy compared to, "Hi, my name is Judy." Something like that, 'di ba?
Right.
Mm.
There is a big difference, and also with the way you said hi, it's very friendly when you listen to it, right? Instead of like saying hi Judy, good morning or good evening.
Yes. I'm like,
It's very
"Judy."
bland. Yes, it's very
And
bland.
sometimes, no matter how we try to explain to the client that you're so good,
Mm-mm.
but then I don't know, people really react to your energy.
True,
So
very true.
try it lang, guys, for the sake of the interview, please. Lang
Yeah,
naman.
it's just like 10 to 15 minutes, and then
Yeah,
after that you can relax and eat
just forget about it.
and sleep and forget about what happened. That's right. So
Yeah,
even if you are like really not feeling successful on that interview, you just have to fake it. Like they said, fake it till you make it. You just have to smile and really have that energy that means that you are ready for the job, you're eager to start as soon as possible, and that you are listening to all that the client or the interviewer is asking you. And that's also like my next point there. Listen intently, because sometimes we are we are already thinking ahead, so we kind of already like formulate answers for things that might possibly be asked, and we miss out on the opportunity to listen to the interviewer or to the client. And for example, the client pala wants to ask you only about your opinion on, let's say, on coronavirus, but your answer is already like about global crisis, world war or something. So you already have that your answer is very very broad, but the client wants a very specific answer. So parang, because you over prepare, maybe it's like a balance din siguro. You
yeah.
prepare, 'di ba?
Don't
It's like
over
over
prepare.
preparation and under preparation is not good.
I believe in that, Joy, because you know what, guys? Every day I have client calls. And some people would like think now, "Oh my gosh, do you get anxious because you're actually it's sales talk to clients, right?" It's
Mm.
where do you know, guys, that even before you have an interview, ako talaga nagse-sales talk sa lahat ng clients. And that's my dedication and love for you. So that madali na lang sa inyo na to get the job because nag-sales talk na ako. And you know
True.
what? Like so many people actually ask me about that. How do you have that energy to do the sales talk every day? And for me, I actually don't prepare, like over prepare, but because I have that, like parang in my mind, I am mentally prepared because I am confident. I already know our product. I already know our company. Why should I like keep on reading? Because the more that I am also going to like be very anxious about preparing, for some reason, I feel like I have to put on a show when in fact I only have to be myself and I'm going to show up in the best way possible. Right?
Yeah.
Diba? Like for example, para kang mapanic if you're over preparing. Tapos nakalimutan mo
Yes.
yung isang line, nakalimutan mo na lahat and then you tank the interview.
Right, right. So, it's like a balance talaga. Being overly prepared and being underprepared is like it prepares you for failure basically. So you have to be in the middle, because like I've had several interviews wherein you get to ask, tell me about yourself, and then the applicant will say so many things already just by that one question, like I believe in the saying that
I believe the children are the future.
it's so prepared. Like you can see it's really rehearsed because it's well worded. It's like a pageant. So we have to make it really natural, guys. Like that is the key to winning the heart of the client or winning the heart of every whoever interviews you. Be genuine. Be there. Do not have answers that are so over the top and
Yeah,
underwhelming as
over-scripted.
well.
Yung mga,
Yeah.
yung mga, Albert Einstein said that,
So
but
that
you
is
know what?
being
It's
overly
actually
prepared.
okay. For example, if let's say for example, you're the kind of person who would say stuff like that and it comes out naturally, that's fine. But let's say
Mm-mm.
for the sake of like trying to convince people to be so impressive and then you will say like all these complicated words that you are struggling to even pronounce, don't do
Mm,
that as well, okay? Like it's a balance between being prepared but also being yourself. I guess
mm-mm.
like it even would be good if you just know the flow of it all. Like for example, if you know that you're going to be asked na tell me something about yourself, edi maybe mag-decide ka na lang what about myself do I want to share? Something like that.
Yes,
You can
yes,
just
that's
share
right.
it. Mm,
Because it doesn't have to be your entire life. It's
true.
just like a segment of your life that the client wants to talk about. And also, clients are usually very busy, so they only have like 5 to 10 minutes to talk to you. And then if you're like consuming his or her time, it will bore them out. Promise. If it
That's
will,
so
if just one question would take you 5 minutes to say it, it will really bore them out, and they will be like, you can see it in their face. They will just be like
looking
this.
at the time or like they're kind of like irritated already.
Yes, or maybe just dozing off or something.
You know
They
what?
will not really
My
listen.
technique really, Joy, is um just make maximum 5 sentences.
Mm,
Actually,
yeah,
because the 5 sentences would already be it sounds long already, but then it's like around 1 minute only. Diba?
yeah. Or
One
you can also like maybe, because actually this is what happens when we have interviews with clients. I coach the VAs who will be interviewed prior to the interview with a client. I let them see the video between Judy and the client so that they can have a feel into their personality, what what kind of business do they have, or how does this client communicate. And from that moment, you can already gauge yourself if you should be over chatty or just limit your words, because you can see that the
Yes.
client is not really that communicative or not that cheery
Paul
in
is
the.
already giving you a cheat sheet because
Yeah.
she will, and that's a secret because we will give you like a cheat sheet on about the client so that you can already like be aware na is this client interested in my ang dami kong mga based on my experience. I believe the children are the future.
Yeah, so there are clients who like that kind of personality, but there are also clients who are just straightforward. They
Yeah,
want straight answers, direct answers. They don't want nonsense. You can tell that from the way they communicate. Like, if I am the person who just say, okay, so, okay, tell me about yourself. Okay, what are your experience, what was your experience doing this? If that is like the kind of aura I'm bringing in, so that I have a specific timetable that I need to adhere to. I
yeah,
don't like chit chat. I don't like all those other things. You will know that because I will be coaching prior to having you guys interviewed by the client. But you need to learn how to, what do you call this, you need to learn how to adjust yourself to the client's personality, and that's like a skill that it will take you time to practice that, but you can do that from now on. Like, when you communicate with the security guard sa grocery, you can you can practice on their personality and see how they react. But anyway, yeah, that's part of the process. You will really be coached here in virtual lasting. That's the good thing here, because we do not want you to face the client na hindi kayo prepared. We show like the video between Judee and the client. We also give you like the background into their business. I will like give you several text blasts or chat blasts for that, so you have no excuse coming into the interview unprepared, because all those information are already laid out.
yeah,
And also, another tip would be, because this is also like one of the things that our clients are looking for, especially in the interview, and that is confidence. Right?
true.
Confidence is very, very big, especially in the interview. If you are someone that is super skilled, super experienced, but when you deliver your answers, when you deliver your answer, sorry, um, it sounds as if you're not owning it or you're not confident about it. Um, Sobrang dami na. We have like so many VAs na who are really like perfect for the job, but they cannot say their experiences, or they cannot portray themselves confidently in the
And they
interview.
don't get
Kasi
picked,
sayang. They don't get picked. Like, I would often say like, this is like the first person for you, and then the client will say, I'm not so sure. Like, when
Yeah,
she
because if
said
you're
about her experience.
guys, you know what? I have an important thing to tell you, huh? The mere fact that you passed this training means that you are good. Okay?
Mm,
Please
yes.
trust in that. If we have if we give you the confidence to give you a client, it means already that we believe in you and we think you're good. Because trust me in this, I've been in the industry for a long time. I know what's good and what's not. So if you don't have confidence in yourself, you're giving yourself a disservice. Because so many people here are not confident. Kasi nga, even if they went through this, guys, it's been a month or more than a month
Mm-mm.
that we've had this training, right?
Mm-mm.
So
Yeah.
many people are going to say na, like for example, a client will say, "Do you have experience with WordPress?" Um, yes, actually, I was trained in virtual lasting. I just, you know what? Shut up. Just say yes. I have experience with WordPress and I have been working in virtual lasting. Just say it out loud. You know what? I'm going to give you the permission to say that you are an experienced VA.
Hmm.
If they're going to say that Okay, so where did you experience being a VA? Virtual lasting. Who can vouch
Yes.
for you? Joy, Mimi, me,
Mm.
Percy, and Neil. Okay?
Yes.
Stop second guessing yourself because the minute that we give you a client, it means that we believe in you. Ang dami-dami dito, di ba, Joy, who will second guess
Yeah.
themselves. Like, their work is so good. But then when the client would say na, do you have experience with WordPress? Or like ClickFunnels, let's say do you have experience in ClickFunnels? Um, uh, I tried it, you know, diba?
Yeah,
And
masaklap,
then their
promise.
ClickFunnels is so nice.
Yes,
It's
that's
so
true.
nice. And like it makes me angry. Like parang akong like, oh my gosh, like please stop it. Stop it.
You can simply say, "Yeah, I've tried it,"
Just
or
simply say
mm,
yes and be
mm,
confident, guys, na your training is also your work experience.
true. Mm-mm.
Okay, work experience nyo na yon. Kasi grabe yung training nito, guys. You have to think about that. 'Di ba? Grabe naman yung training natin, 'di ba? Mas
Mm-mm.
grabe pa ang training natin kaysa sa experience ng ibang tao. I can say
That's
that.
right.
Kasi ang
Yeah, call
dami-dami
centers, they only have like half a month of training. Ours is like
yeah,
more than a month.
yes. So it's been more than a month. So it means that you already have more than a month of virtual assistant experience. Just say
Mm,
it. I have experience. I worked for virtual lasting.
mm,
Something like that. I've been working in virtual lasting. Huh?
mm.
I-practice nyo yan, guys. I-practice nyo yan. I've been working as a virtual assistant in virtual lasting. And I've been practicing ClickFunnels, and I'm confident that I can help you with it because to be truly honest, guys, simple lang naman ang ClickFunnels, di ba? Hindi naman siya difficult,
Super bonga, yeah. It is
di
just
ba?
easy.
So why
Mm-mm.
do you have to second guess yourself? You know naman how to do it. Then just show that yes, I have experience. I am confident. I have experience. Please, guys, stop thinking na wala pa kayong experience. Kasi this training pa naman is already your experience. In
Yeah,
fact,
apprenticeship.
yes. In fact, guys, I want you to put it in your in your WordPress resume na you are already a virtual assistant in virtual lasting. Okay?
Yeah,
Working here. Okay?
that's right. So,
It's a mindset shift because like di ba daghan kayo like so many people are so good and then like
parang when we are listening to the interview, say, "Oh, so sayang. Why are you saying it in this way?" Sayang talaga. You should have, pounded on that experience because you have it. You've produced
you
a really
already
good
have
output.
it. In fact,
Yeah.
guys, alam nyo ba na mas difficult pa yung training natin kaysa sa actual na work? I'm not kidding. Di ba ang
Okay.
simple-simple ng work, Joy?
Yes. Some of them are
Actual,
just really very simple.
simple lang talaga yung mga job ng mga virtual assistant natin. Yung training ang mas mahirap. So, of course, you have to be confident. Okay? You have to be confident.
Yeah, because
Okay?
they raised, sleepless nights just for this.
Yes.
You have to.
Tapos
You
grabe
have.
pa ang deadlines.
Oo, grabe yung deadlines. Tapos panay live pa. So, you have to really, put yourself in that pedestal na you are experienced. You have it because you are here in virtual lasting. Another thing I would like to share is you know, with the because we are not native English speakers. This is not really our language. Even for me, sometimes if I'm not really speaking in English all the time, nagbabakel, it's I really cannot like find the right words to say if I'm not doing this all the time. So that is my tip for you guys. As what Judy also said, you have to speak in English like all the time if you are preparing for the interview, and that's what we call here as immersion. And for example, I ping you today. that your interview will be tomorrow or on the next day, then you take that moment as your parang the moment where you get yourself soaked in English. Like you really have to be submerged in the language because why do we do that? Do you know what do you know how the brain works? Like when your brain is like always exposed to a particular thing, then what comes out of it is just that particular thing. If you're soaking in Korean drama, Tagalog movies, then the way
Dose
you
anyong.
or yeah, the way you communicate is like
Kamsamida.
annyeonghaseyo or kamsahamnida, like that. So what you put in there is what comes out of it. If you're inserting your mind with, even with positivity, what comes out of you is also positivity. So when you're soaking yourself in the language, even for just 24 hours, you'll be very fluent, promise. It will really show. Like we tested it out in the past 2 months. We because we just did this coaching session with batch 2. We did not really do it with batch 1 before. But we're always like doing it right now. Like before the interview with the client, we do a coaching
Grabe
session
ang effort
and
mo, Joy,
immersion.
guys. If you just know. Grabe talagang effort ni Joy.
Natutulog
OMG.
ako. so, so yeah, with the immersion, it will really help you out because it will make you naturally, inclined to the language because you're always exposed to the language. Like what I said, what comes in will also come out. So if you're like soaking in, words that are very deep or like have really meaning, like um, some vocabularies that you have not really used in the past that are very applicable, especially in an interview. You soak them all in. You watch Netflix or some TV series that are for, that will expand your knowledge about the language, about the culture of, our friends in America or in the UK or in Australia. Um, you have to absorb all that so that when you are in the interview, you will not have a hard time expressing yourself and you will not group for words. Like, as in, guaranteed, guys, it will really make you fluent. I've tried it with the VAs. And I said, wow, you're really speaking better now than when you had the interview during the training. You speak so much more natural now than before because of that immersion
Maybe,
that they give.
maybe guys, since you already know that you're gonna be interviewed, you're gonna be starting to be interviewed by. Are we gonna start interviewing tomorrow, Joy?
Yes, yes. We
So,
will.
so guys, tomorrow or like tonight, start speaking it in your house. You know what? I don't care, and just tell yourself, I don't care if like my family is making fun of me, but
Mm,
start speaking in English. Look at like watch Netflix and then try to have commentaries and
mm.
dialogues with the characters. Maybe try.
Yeah. I've done that before. Like I would like talk to Khaleesi or something. I would talk to Jon Snow. Or, you will get yourself involved in the TV series that you're watching. Like maybe doing the commentary or dialogue with them, and maybe like, yeah, I'm also like that person, or maybe do a vlog or something that will help you express
Yeah.
yourself while watching.
Also that like, do you know what, guys? 'Di ba, with my YouTube channels, to be truly honest, I'm now at like around 50 plus videos already. And I'm gonna say this. The first time that I did an episode for Judee Rallos TV, I was feeling very awkward. Even if I thought that I was so confident, because it's like this, when you're not doing it consistently, you're always going to grope for words. But recently when I'm doing my episodes, I just really need like a really short outline, and then I'm very spontaneous all throughout. Like I literally don't have a lot of like copy. But
Mm,
before, when I used to make my vlogs, I would make like a cartolina thingy. I'm not kidding. May cartolina pa ako dito. Meron pa ang dami-dami. And I'm wasting so much paper. So recently I'm not doing that. But I guess the more that you do it, then the better that you get at it. And what I'm trying to say is, Joy is right. Try to like go to Zoom and try to record yourself, like have a Zoom conversation with yourself, record it, watch yourself, like, do I make sense? Sometimes, para ka mahiya sa sarili mo na, my God, I sound so corny. But then the more that you do it, the more that you build confidence. Diba?
Right, right.
Kasi
Because it, it gets, yeah, that it goes back to the saying na practice makes perfect. If you're like not really perfect, but it really makes you better than you are today if you keep on practicing, right? So I just have to share this. I'm not sure if they're watching. Like we have two VAs from batch 2. They are in-laws, si Melody at saka si Princess. And what they're doing is every time the other person gets interviewed, they would ping each other, they would chat with each other. Hoy, interview ko na bukas. We have to practice to each other. You'll be the
maybe
interviewer,
you
I'll
can
be
do
the
that,
interviewee.
guys. You have a
Yeah.
partner.
Yeah,
Diba?
have a partner, and you know how you they have partners here like in the real estate na activity, 'di ba?
Let's
You
try
have
to do that.
partners. You ping all your group mates, look for someone to talk to because sometimes it's really awkward if you're like talking to yourself only. So find someone. Uh, find a partner. Sorry guys. Talagang maghanap tayo ng partner. To talk to because
Para may hugot si Joy.
Neil, hugot daw. So, yeah, because it really helped them, promise. Like Princess before when she had her interview with us in the training, she couldn't speak a word, even Melody. But when they kept on doing that, like their partnership of like helping each other out for the interviews, Princess and Melody, they're really like successful now. They have clients. So you have to keep on doing that, guys. You have to,
I,
you
I did
know,
not know that, Joy, that they were not able to like really speak before.
but
Because
you notice them in
they
the
sound
interviews,
so
right?
natural now.
Yeah.
I'm
And
so proud of them.
they're really doing it. Like I would get chats from them often and I will say, oh, are you practicing together now? And yeah, we practiced like yesterday pa. And then wow. So they're really like getting it making it a habit to include themselves to the success of each other, and that's like a really good relationship. So do that with anyone you can find in your family or at
Anyway,
home or
and
virtual.
also because we have a huge batch, we have a huge
Mm,
community, so help each other out, diba?
right, right. So many people in batch 3 are actually very willing to be your interviewer or interviewee. You just need to ping them. Like I can recall so many people in Slack saying na, hey, who does not have a partner, I'm available. So you can look for those people and ask them, hey, can you help me with my interview for tomorrow? Maybe just for like 5 minutes or 10 minutes. Can you be the interviewer and I will be the interviewee? So you can ask them. It doesn't hurt to ask,
Yeah.
especially if it will propel you to success. Um, Another tip also that I can remember. Sorry, it's very long,
No,
but
that's okay.
sometimes when we are talking, we cannot avoid fillers. We really cannot avoid it. Like sometimes when we're still really thinking of what to say, we say a lot of something like that. So it's like a very dragging moment, and sometimes it also causes you to be like brain dead throughout the interview when you're doing that a lot. So my tip for fillers is really to pause and go back to the question. For example, if you're asked what your strengths and weaknesses are, and you're still thinking about it because you did not really fully prepare for it, you can go back to the question, like pageant pageant strategy. My strengths and weaknesses are in my opinion, 'di ba parang ibabalik nila yung question because it gives you more time to think. So you can also do that, guys. You can
You can
rephrase the
picture
question.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, you can rephrase the question just to give you like that 2 seconds of time to think about what to say. So that you won't have really that long period of dead air that we usually avoid, because when you have dead air, it shows that okay, you are not sure about your answer, you're still thinking about your answer, or you did not prepare for this interview. It also makes the client fall asleep or get bored or think of it. It will insert in their mind that okay, I will be thinking about lunch today because this person is still thinking about what to say, right? So you have to really capture the attention of the client throughout the 5 to 10 minutes or 15 minutes of interview. Do not give the client a chance to think about something else. And you're giving that chance when you have like dead air or when you are pausing too long in the interview. Most likely the client will look at their phones when you're doing that. So let's minimize dead air, minimize the fillers. Sometimes it is like an unconscious behavior, but you just practice on how to decrease your dead air or your fillers by, finding a way around it. Um, ano pa ba i-share ko? Like you already said, like be familiar with your resume. And yeah, I have another tip too. Tell me about yourself is not just about your resume. I always like say this in the coaching sessions. Clients or interviewers always look for three things. That's KSA: the knowledge, the skills, and your attitude. And the attitude is like 100% there. So, um, if you're asked so many questions in the interview, you have to hit all three of them with your answers. For example, with tell me about yourself, you will start off with your experience, right? So I am uh, I have worked at a call center for 9 years. So that would count as your knowledge or your skills, right? So that's already like hitting K and S. And you can also like pound on things that you know. Like I know how to operate WordPress, Adobe. I know how to create ClickFunnels. That's already your skills. But you have to include your attitude in there because sometimes interviewees forget that, applicants forget that, and that is really important. So you include in there, I am very dedicated. Sometimes I do not sleep when I have projects because it just bugs my mind, and it makes me kind of workaholic, something like that. But that's not really a good attitude. Sorry, that's me. But sometimes you have to
That's
insert
better than
all
being lazy, though.
that's better than being lazy.
But it's
But
better than being lazy.
you have to include that in your answer, all those positive attitudes, all those positive work ethics that you have. Like I'm very dedicated, sometimes I render more time researching because I really want to do this particular project, or just really those attitudes that will pull the heartstrings of the client. And it's when you're asked the question, tell me about yourself, it's not just about what you know, what your skills are, but it's also more on who you are as a person. How do you deal with certain situations? So you can say like I'm a very positive person, very optimistic about results, like that. So that shows a lot about who you are, and that's the goal in the interview. Clients really do not bother giving their time just to learn about your resume. They want to know who you are, what your personality is and if it's a match to their personality. So you have to remember that it also is an avenue for you to show your attitude and your work ethics, and also what your interests are. So in the tell me about yourself portion, you can say that you like gardening, you like feeding your cat or taking care of your cat. It's not the question that's just limited to your resume. It is actually a very free talk question. You can say that I in my spare time I do all these things, and it gives an insight to the kind of person that you are. So um, that's my tip for tell me about yourself. Do not limit to the knowledge and to the skills alone, but also to the attitude, and to your personality or who you are as a person. Like, are you fun being with? Are you communicative, talkative? And also, I would like to add in there also, Judy. Sometimes I hear this like in the interview, people will say, "Actually, I'm an introvert. I I'm not really someone who communicates a lot." I hear that all the time in the interview, and I would like, okay, yes, you're an introvert, but you don't have to say it in the interview.
Guys, don't share it. Okay, don't share that. If it's not going to add value to your interview, don't share it. Okay?
Yes.
It's just like saying that you're on a date and then you're going to tell them that, you know what, I really have explosive farts. You don't want to say that, right? Oh my God. You don't want to say that. Like on a first date? Really? Maybe you're already like deep into a relationship, then you can just say that. Just have a
Yeah.
fart. But like, that's not the way to seduce somebody, right? That's not the best way to like show your best foot forward. So,
Oh my
diba,
gosh,
don't
that's really.
share your bad side in a way.
Yes.
I'm not saying to lie, but in a way, like, please, like, for example, if you know that it's not going to help your situation, don't share it.
Yeah, it's like digging up your own grave when you're doing
Yeah,
that.
it's so weird. Like, for example, if you would say, you know, my issue is really attendance. Oh!
Oh my god. Oh no, wait lang. So the client will like the client already has a good impression of who you are, and then suddenly you say that, and then they will think twice. They will say, okay, next interview, in
Actually,
interview
sometimes I
please.
appreciate it in my end if I'm hiring because now I know I will not hire you.
Yeah,
That's
that's
it.
right. It's
Yeah.
like a very big red flag that you have to,
Yeah.
it's a big consideration.
Think
So
about that, guys. Like, it's really like, for example, think about it. Like, it's like you're on a first date and you would say, you know what? I may look pretty, but ang baho ng pa ako. Right? You know what? You know what? People can say that.
it's
Diba?
good to
Like,
be honest, but
or
it's
like,
too honest.
actually, like, you look so groomed, but you know, I only take a bath once a week. Something like that. You don't want to tell people that, even if it's true and you want to be
Yeah,
honest, but don't do that, guys. Don't,
true.
please, don't, right? And then here we are listening to your interview because we're also there. We're like, oh my God, it's like a train wreck waiting to happen. And we're just like watching you ruin yourself.
Yeah, please don't do it, guys. Our ladies and gentlemen, do not say the things that um will cause the client to not hire you. Especially if like it's a job that requires you to do a lot of like reaching out, prospecting, calling customers, and then you're just there saying, actually, I'm an introvert. And then, okay, oh my gosh, how do
Actually,
we?
it's fine to be an introvert, you know,
Yeah,
because
it is.
to be truly honest, I am like I consider myself in a way an introvert because I really like to be alone. However, don't say it on an interview because people, especially if they don't understand the real essence of being an introvert, people will then interpret it like you're shy, and then
Mm,
they don't need somebody shy in their business, because what if you're going to be handling customers,
yeah.
and then what if you're, and then the example of Joy na, I don't really like to communicate. Oh my gosh, diba? So it means that you will not like answer the call.
Mm. Yeah,
Mm.
so you have to set yourself up for success too. Do not dig up your own grave,
That's
because
true.
there's no coming back to that. What word you say in the interview will be remembered. Actually, it will be recorded. So,
It's
um,
recorded,
recorded pag yun.
guys.
So, oh my gosh. So the
There
client
is
will
such
look for
thing
the
as
recording
too
actually.
honest. If you're too honest.
So consider all those things that are not good about you. Maybe you can redeem yourself by sandwiching it with a positive attribute. But if it's really that bad, or if it's really something that should not be said in the interview, better leave it out. Better not
Yeah.
say.
Think about my first date analogy. What would you say on a first date? What would you show on a first date,
Paano
right?
kayo walay date, Judy? Oh, sorry.
Sorry na lang. Sorry na lang sa ating mga walang date. But like,
Mga
you're
forever
going to
alone
have,
dyan.
like, for example, di ba? You're not gonna say, like, those stupid things, you know? Even if it's true na mabaho yung paa mo.
Yeah,
You share, you share it in the first date, my God.
that's right.
Diba? Okay.
And also, like, sandwich your answer, especially for the question, like, what was your biggest difficulty, or what are your weaknesses, because they are really like hinting on your negative attributes, or all those mistakes that you've done in the past. Sandwich it. You can always like say something honest, but you have to sandwich it. I always like
I
say
have an
that in
example, Joy,
process.
so that
Mm-mm.
you will know what to answer. Like, what's your greatest weakness? For me, what I would say is, I would say something like, I'm really good at writing, but I'm not the best at graphic design. Although, because it's my greatest weakness, I'm actually actively learning more about it and even practicing extra hard to improve myself. Diba?
Yeah. So it's
Wow.
sandwich. It's
I'm so
positive,
good
and
at
then
interview.
negative, and then positive.
Yeah.
So
So
you have
so
to
it
sandwich
sounds
it.
like it's a good thing, right?
It is. It sounds really like
And
you're
then I'm
really,
honest kasi I'm
yeah.
not so good at it. Let's say, for example, di ba? But then
Mm,
I also tell them na ano talaga yung strength ko, so that they can also like, they, parang it will showcase na, oh, she really has a willingness to learn. She is
mm.
honest kung ano ang strengths niya,
Limitations niya.
but
Oh.
then she also um like she didn't beat around the bush and she knows herself, something like that. Diba?
Yeah.
Mm.
So
So
that is really
try to do
good.
that. Mm. Don't
And
say na, what's your greatest weakness? Well, sometimes I'm lazy.
I wake up late. Oh my gosh, wait lang. Your shift
Always
starts in
late
the morning.
sometimes. Like, that's my greatest weakness, but I've been practicing recently not to be late. You know what? Attitude is so hard to improve,
Mm.
especially in the eyes of a client. I believe you that you're trying to improve, because in our end, you will not get to this point if you are not a punctual person, if you're not trying to be on time, and you don't have discipline. I know. And in my end, I changed, guys. I really believe in that. I changed so much in my life. But you see, there are so many people who don't think that a lot of people can change. Like the
Mm.
addict that would be um, like for example, once a cheater, always a cheater. Once a latecomer, always a latecomer, right? So don't say those things, but say something like what I said, right? Like
Mm.
maybe you're not so good in, let's say, let's say, content writing. But
Mm.
then you can sandwich it and would say, I really shine with ClickFunnels and creating graphic design and video editing, but I find that I am not the very best at creating blog articles. It's something that I'm really striving to improve. And if it's not something that you would need, um, then that's good. However, if it's something that you need for your business, I'm willing to learn and I'm willing to like show you where I'm at when it comes to blogging. Something like that, diba?
Yes. There's like that interest at the end to also improve that negative side of you.
Yeah. Don't say
Yeah.
like I'm lazy or like sometimes I forget to wake up and then it's my job. Oh my God, please.
Sometimes I forget what I'm supposed to do. Oh my gosh, wait, don't say
Mm,
that really.
don't say
Um,
that. Okay.
Also, another tip I have, because I always notice this one, Judy, like in the interview, maybe because they when they enter the interview, they're really very anxious.
Mm.
And when the client is like, "Hey, how are you today?" and they will just say, "Hi." Okay. Because they freeze in the moment, so that's your opportunity to also make friends with the client. So prepare, guys. I urge you guys to really prepare on what to say, like maybe, "Oh, hi, Judy, it's great to be interviewed by you today. I am great, thank you for asking, how about you?" Very, very short, right? But you can include that in there, and don't just say, "I'm okay."
Yeah, like
Yeah.
every day.
Yes.
Diba?
It's not
In
it's
fact,
not really like the first impression you want the client to have of you. At the beginning of the interview, you can really be that eager and energetic person that they're looking for.
yes, and actually practice that, guys, because in my end, take it from me because sales is really my strength, actually. If you're gonna ask me what's my strength, it's really sales. And my tip for everybody is always have an energetic hello. Always have an energetic hello. Like for example, whether your client is like walang gana or may gana, always have an energetic hello. Like the way that I would say is like, let's say for example, the client's name is Lisa. So I would say, "Hi Lisa, good morning. How are you doing today?" I would really
Yeah.
say that. I'm not gonna say like, "Hi, I'm okay." I'm never that kind of person. And sometimes even clients are like parang they get to mirror my energy because I
Mm-mm.
started it that way. Yeah.
True. I've seen that so many times in your videos, Judy. Like
Diba?
the clients are about to fall asleep, but because of your energy, they're like revived because they see that you're very, very alert in the call, and they are all also being alert in the call. So
And I
yeah.
have like a 95% conversion on all of my clients. Diba,
Yes,
Joy?
yes. As in so many
So
things
So if
to
you
do
want to have
with
my
it.
techniques of getting clients and of like really winning clients, be energetic. And
Mm-mm.
also, like practice your hello, like your smile and then practice your hello. But of course, don't be awkward, but practice being natural. Yeah.
Right. And this is also like my last tip, siguro, because this is very long. My last tip would be to research about the client, really get to know them deeply. Like I always include that in my job ads, like who the client is, what their business is about, and their Facebook or their website. I put them in there. So please give yourself time to research, stalk them on their social media accounts because it really has a big impact on the interview. I remember one of our VAs who will be doing trial this next week, um she joined the Facebook group of our client and interacted with her. So when we were in the interview, the client remembered her and she said like, "Yeah,
Wow.
I remember Rhoda. She was in the Facebook group and she was interacting there." And when they had the interview, they talked about, the topic that applicant
Nice.
joined in.
Wow, what a good tactic for Rhoda. Very
Yeah,
good.
as in.
He
So that's
learned.
the reason why
Very
the
good.
client really considered her for the job, because she said like, Rhoda was really very interested with my business. And that is a big thing, because if you're not interested in the business that your client has, then how will you help them succeed? Right? So interest
We
goes
learned
a lot.
something from Rhoda.
Yeah. Be like
Good
Rhoda.
job. I like it. I
So
really
you
like
have to research, join their groups, maybe like look at their posts, so that when you are in the interview
Oh, Rhoda
and
is here.
Rhoda is here. Hi Rhoda. She really joined the group, the
Good job,
mompreneur group, and
Rhoda.
like Renu was like, yeah. Hi Rhoda. I just have to like say it because it also like made me happy when she did that. It was like a point
It
in the
shows
interview
that you really
that
have
excited
initiative.
me. Yes, that's true. So guys, when you get your clients soon, make sure to really stalk them. And clients will often give you that opportunity to ask them back in the interview. They will say like, okay, so do you have any questions for me? And that's your chance. That's your
That's your
opportunity to
chance
show
to
to
like
talk.
impress them how interested you are in the
Mm,
business. My gosh, who's that?
yeah.
Wendy. Is somebody showing? Let's block this user. Okay.
Sino? Okay.
And oh, have you noticed, Joy, that like for example, when we have clients, I always show them how interested I am about their business.
Yes,
It's
yes.
not actually fake. Like it's not
Mhm.
fake at all. Like for example, recently there was a client who is like owns like produces tarot cards that are really famous, and I have seen those tarot cards and I really was like amazed at the artwork, and I really told her like I have seen that around and I'm really like, oh, that's amazing. And instantly she was able to connect because she didn't
Mm,
think that she was just going to hire like a VA, but she saw that there was actually this person who knew about her products. And
mm,
I even asked her like, where can we purchase it? And like, show me your links. Show me so that I can see how I can help you. Something like
mm.
that. It's always something that I say. Mhm.
Right, right. So, um,
And it's actually
you have to
sincere, guys.
research.
Because when you come from a place of being willing to help people, it will come out naturally. It's not even fake, it's not even a script. It's really coming from a place of like, I'm willing to help this person. I want to see this person succeed. Of course, so I would want to know about their product, right?
Mm, right. So, if you believe in the product that they're selling, it will show in the interview that you're really interested. And interest really goes a long way. It is like a big factor for our clients because they cannot work with you if you're not interested in their business.
That's true. Like,
Oh.
to be honest, let's say for example, um of course, like Joy is like a psychology graduate, right? But let's say for example Joy was not interested in hiring and like HR stuff. Would I really hire her to be the HR manager? I will not hire her
Mm,
even if she's so good, because the thing is, we want people who are interested in our business. We're interested with people who would be happy there. And so I think that's one of the things, really. Of course, you don't have to fake that you're interested, but let's say if you are interested, really show that you're interested
mm-mm.
and ask
Yes.
questions. Because have you noticed that, again, back to our first date example, have you noticed that if you are on a date and then your date is not asking you questions, you feel
Mm,
like, oh my God, he's not even interested with me. He's not gonna get another date with me, right?
yeah. I,
Because
I will
for
just say
example,
yeah, even if
you're
I'm not
asking
really
all the
experienced in
questions, you
love.
feel like, am I the only person interested here? Maybe it's not a match, right?
Yes,
And
yes.
that's the kind of feeling that your clients will have. Am I the only person asking the questions? Right? And so
Mm,
if you ask back, it's like there is a connection. Diba?
right.
Gosh,
There's
the
rapport,
whole first date drama that we're having is very relatable, diba?
as
But
it.
how? You
This
know?
is really like matchmaking put in the process, right? So
Hmm. Your enjoy is a matchmaker.
I am a big matchmaker here. Like I'm always selling you guys out. I'm like always telling the clients, please pick this person. This person is really good at this and that. I'm a
Joy
bulldog.
is the matchmaker
Sorry.
and I'm the pimp.
Yes, we are doing that for you. So
True.
help us help you guys. Help us to market you more, especially in the interview portion, because that we've already like done the other 50%. It's your job to do the other 50. So you
Yeah.
have to meet the client also where they're at and show interest in their product. I forgot there was like one more thing that I would like to say, Sana, but I forgot what that was. I got distracted by the comment section. Like they're very very lively in the comment section, but yeah, you really have to prepare and build the connection with the client. Do not be afraid of that final portion of the interview wherein the client will say do you have any questions for me, because sometimes the
Yeah.
applicant will get scared and they will say yeah, I don't have other questions. That is your chance. You have to like
Yeah,
own
they feel
that
like, oh
opportunity.
my gosh, like I will not ask questions because maybe they will think that, you know, kasi 'di ba, we have that in our culture na if marami kang, like for example, ano yung term na yan na, um, kung marami kang satsat, marami kang mali, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But that's so wrong. Like in an interview, make sure that you are chatty. Make sure that you like, again, with our like first date like comparison, wherein if silent type ka lang sa date mo, of course your date is gonna feel like she's not really that interested, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, make that question, like ask that question. Okay?
Yes. And yeah, I remember it now. You guys have to put it in your mind na you are being interviewed because you were already shortlisted. You
Yeah.
are you were handpicked for
You
that
were
client.
pre-selected not
Mm.
just by us, but imagine this, guys. Yung clients ninyo, if you're already like at the stage wherein a client will pick you for the interview, it means na pinili na kayo not just by us but by the client.
Yeah.
Meaning, may gusto na ang client sa inyo. So,
Mm.
wag na maging
May
choosy.
crush na.
Wag na maging hard to get. Go na ng go. Di ba? Oh my God.
We're like really matchmakers here.
Matchmaker talaga. That's true. Ako ang
So
bida, ikaw ang matchmaker.
maybe we should open a website na match. Match-match
Mm.
na ang
Virtual
ganun.
assistant matchmaker.
And that's a good idea, Judee. Let's rebrand. Anyway, so yeah, because you were already like selected, you should bring that confidence because you are good. You will not be selected if you're not good, right? If you're not great at what you presented to us with the output that you've put in the website or submitted to us. If you're not great at it, we will not select you. So bring that with you. Bring that belief in yourself. Na I was selected. I was shortlisted because I'm good, and it should show in the interview. Okay, do not be that person na, oh, I'm not really very good at social media marketing. I'm not so
Yeah.
confident about this interview. You have to believe that you were selected because you are good.
You have to believe in it, guys. Because, guys, do you think na ibigay namin yung mga profile ninyo sa client if wala kaming believe sa inyo? My God.
Mm.
Wag
We
mo
will
kami
really not do it.
ipahiya kasi imagine we already believe in you tapos ikaw na nagsabi ng mga failure na mga answer dyan.
Oh. So yeah, it will affect your interview greatly. If you're doubting yourself at the beginning, it will pull you back the entire
Because
time.
trust us in this. If we don't believe you, we will not submit your profile at
Mm,
all.
yes, not at all good. So that is the last thing that I will say for interview tips. There were so many, but I hope you all remembered that. Put them really at the forefront of your, of all the things that you're doing to prepare for the interview tomorrow. Make sure that you recall all the tips that we're giving today, because they're all for you, not for us here in Virtual Lasting. What we're doing is really for you guys to set you up for success.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much, Joy. Mimi
You're
is
welcome.
supposed to be with us, but nag-brown out daw sa bahay nila. So, let's
Yeah.
proceed to Ursi and Neil. I want Ursi and Neil to be on the live stream and to like share like some last minute coaching, I guess, like for you guys.
Yeah, because they're like their idol na. Every time we do live stream, like they have so many fans.
Wow, bakit? Ano ba?
Oo. Talaga, ang daming views, ang daming commenters basta si Ersi at saka si Neil ang online.
Wow, bongga. Okay. Okay, andito na sila. Okay.
Hello po.
Okay,
Hello
so
po,
ano,
good evening.
so go ahead. Ursi, you go first. Maybe you have some final thoughts that you want to share to our batch 3 people.
Ayun, good evening po sa lahat. So, hello Judee, Miss Joy, hello po. So, ano ba yung pwede kong, halos lahat yata mo, nasabi nyo na eh. Siguro ano na lang guys, as ano na lang, VA side. So, dagdag na lang sa mga ano nila, sa mga sinabi nila. So, halimbawa, sa interview, so, be neat as possible, syempre. Dapat neat ka talaga. Kumbaga, parang ano lang dito eh, corporate interview eh. So, wala namang pinagkaiba. So, ang hirap naman kasi, di ba, na parang i-interviewin ka ni client, tapos, alam mo yun, Sir Neil, excuse ha, baka punong-puno ka dito, napakahaba ng balbas mo, alam mo yun, di ba? So, tapos nakarakista ka pa. So, long hair ka man, at least itali mo, di ba? So, ayun, then,
guys, please, alam nyo, okay lang talaga. Wala naman tayong discrimination, no, sa mga like super long ang balbas or something like that. But, guys, there was like this certain interview na talagang I had to ask that person to like do another interview because it looks very dirty na pagkabalbas. It doesn't look na, have you noticed na meron namang mga hot na may balbas? Pero meron
sinil.
covering it. It looks good naman. Pero yung ibang, yung taong yun, it's so long na para na siyang Dumbledore na mabaho.
May kanin-kanin pa dito, no? May kanin-kanin pa mga ganun. Sa balbas.
Mga kanin-kanin. May Tapos tapos I was like, gosh, bet ko pa naman to na. Tapos, I really asked him na, please, don't be offended, ha? Can we do another do-over? Because your beard is so distracting. Not kidding.
Share the video, Judee. Sino yung VA na yun?
Sino kaya yun?
Diba? Diba, Sir Neil naman, may karapatan eh. Magandang lalaki naman, Sir Neil eh. Diba? Diba
Hindi,
guys? No?
actually, nag-aakit naman ako pagka client interview.
Oo.
Pero okay lang naman yung sa kay Neil. Yung isa talaga, para talagang, I'm not kidding, it's so long na parang, have you noticed na meron talagang like mga manscape talaga na like, parang may shape talaga yung balbas? Ito talaga parang, it's long, pero para siyang mga murag pahak-pahak. Yung merong, not, parang merong mga, it's not even, parang ganon. Hindi maganda. Kapag parang hindi naligo, yung mga ganon. Yoko na talaga.
Tapos, yun nga, syempre, dapat, di ba, nakatoothbrush ka naman, di ba? Nasa harap ka ng camera, baka maya, interview mo ng Monday, may malunggay ka pa dito, di ba? Mamamroblema pa si client kung paano yung sabihin sa'yo na may malunggay ka sa ngipin mo, di ba? So, baka sabihin niya, I think I know your... kung ano yung inulam mo ngayong araw, sabihin mo, that was Friday ago.
Wait, that's so true. That's not even a joke. That's so true talaga. Kasi meron talagang mga, ang dami ko nang na-interview no na parang hindi talaga naligo. And di ba guys, maligo naman tayo kung may interview tayo na nasa office. How much more na nasa bahay? Maligo naman tayo, di ba? Like, that's so easy. So,
Or look mabango.
you have to look mabango. I'm not kidding. Because, kahit feeling mo na, ay, hindi naman nila ako ma-smell, pero actually, yung vibe mo, parang mabaho. Parang oily, yung ganon. Meron ngang isang time na, I was about to do a live, tapos I asked Ursi, is it obvious na hindi ako naligo? I was so confused. Tapos sabi ni Ursi, actually, miss ha, parang oily yung head mo.
Tandang-tanda ni Judee.
Alam ko na hindi ako obvious, pero, oh my God. Tapos sabi ko, oh my gosh, maligo na lang ako. Tapos nag-text ako ni Ursi na hindi na lang ako naligo, Ursi. Kailan ko na lang ng powder yung buhok ko.
Or it's okay, Judee, kasi look mabango naman din.
Actually, isa yata sa pinakamerot na decision sa buhay ko nung time na yun, bago pa lang ako eh. Hindi ko alam, ano ba, magiging honest mo kay Ma'am Judee, oh.
I appreciate honesty. Kasi diba, sa totoo lang, Ursi, diba, obvious naman talaga na hindi naligo ang tao. So, guys, do not ever think na hindi ma-obvious. Kasi, like, for example, ito din, like, many times na, let's say, may client call ako, tapos, naka-duster lang ako. Tapos, I'll just wear my blazer on top sa duster ko. But then, yung mga print ng duster ko, parang mga Winnie the Pooh. Yung mga ganun. Diba? That's why I've learned from my own lesson, which is maligo ako para I'm in the mood to show myself. Kasi if hindi ako maligo, ma-self-conscious talaga ako na parang I think oily yung face ko, oily ito, parang ganun. Diba? Tapos, you act like wala ka ring ligo. Yung ganun. May vibe.
Parang hindi ka komportable. Saka hindi nagising yung dugo mo. Pagka, antok na antok pa rin.
Inaantok. Ganun.
Tapos yun. So, siyempre kailangan maging neat. So, lahat naman na ni Miss Jo sa interview. Pagdating naman siguro sa office mo, dagdag ko na lang. Parang halimbawa ito, dito sa bahay, kinausap ko sila na natanggap po sa trabaho. So, as long as possible, hiwalay tayo. So, parang, kung nga pag naka-duty ako, walang labas-masok sa kwarto, mga ganun. So, kung meron man, dahan-dahan, isipin nyo na lang parang umalis ako ng bahay, nasa office ako, ganun. So, dapat, ganun din. Parang ihiwalay nyo yung vibe nung trabaho at nung bahay. Hindi yung, halimbawa, kung tawag dito, may client ka, nakahiga ka dyan na kung tawag dito na ni-interview ka, nakaganon ka, gumaganong-ganong. Nakikita ng client yung kunan mo, di ba?
Alam nyo, my worst interview ever, was this girl na nag-interview ako tapos nakasando lang.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yung mga anak niya andun sa likod tapos nagsabing,
Mm.
Mama, Mama! 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 Tapos parang akong like, alam naman niya yung schedule ng interview. But to make it even worse, alam niyo anong nangyari? Nag-light siya ng cigarette.
Oh,
Tapos,
My God.
lang. Tapos sabi niya, do you mind?
wow.
It's like, smoking and smoking. I'm like, this is only a 15-minute interview. I'm like, what a turn off. That was
That's
such a turn
cute.
off.
Super
So,
turned off.
diba? So,
Hmm.
and then many times ito, of course, meron din namang mga hindi naman masyadong ganyan talaga, but meron ding mga mag-interview sila tapos yung husband nila like, hoy, sana ba yung mga labada? Yung mga ganun. Nakain mo naman yung mga bata. Yung mga ganun.
Sakto.
Kanina mo tawa ng tawa kay Ma'am Judee.
Tapos, di ba, it's recorded and then we're gonna post it.
Yeah.
My God.
So, please, like, for example, hoy, punta ka dito kasi iluhis na mong anak, oy. Something like that, you know? Like,
Yeah, it really happens, but yeah, you have to
tell
avoid.
your family to cooperate sa job mo. It's just 15 minutes. It's not even one half of a day. It's just
Yeah.
15 minutes. Literally tell your kids, go to the other room. Diba?
Hmm.
Or
Mama,
barricade
mama.
your room.
Oh, mag-uho ako. Tapos, interview yun.
I also have to add this. Like, I just remembered it. When you're in the interview, make sure that your internet connection is really at its best.
Hmm.
So, ask your family, your relatives, whoever is connecting to your Wi-Fi, or maybe you can reset your password just for that moment so they will not plug in or they will not connect to the internet while you're having the interview, because chances are it might lag or it might get disconnected because ang daming users sa bahay nyo. So you have to like talk to your family and all the people, even your neighbors who are connecting to your Wi-Fi, inform them that you will have just this 15-minute interview. No one will use the route of the internet now. You just have
Kasi
to,
maka-wait naman si Peppa Pig. Diba? Maka-wait naman si Peppa Pig.
or si Netflix.
Si Ryan's toy review. Ano ba yun? Yung mga gano'n.
Sa bata.
Disiplinahin mo yung anak mo. Sabihin mo, anak, ha, 15 minutes lang. Peppa Pig, later na. Okay?
Oo.
Diba? Kasi many times, I'm not even trying to be funny, guys. This has happened to me so many times. Kasi, before, ako lang talaga yung worker dito. Tapos, syempre, wala pa si Joy. Joy was still handling a client as a virtual assistant. So, experience ko talaga na mag-interview ng mga tao, and this has happened to me many, many times. Like, cannot count. Sometimes you would think na that's very like common sense, but apparently not, because it has happened to me like probably more than 60 times, 70 times maybe. Yeah.
Yan, yung pag ano pa, bubble gum. Baka mamaya, habang ini-interview ka, gumaganong-ganong ka.
Yeah.
Kuya, kuya.
Okay, interview, nakain ka ng potato chips, let's eat, gagano
Aga
ka.
pa.
So, dapat parang ka lang din, nasa corporate job talaga. So, kung ano yung may karanasan ka sa corporate job, apply mo dito. Wala nang pinagkaiba yun eh. Pinagkaiba lang virtual. Guys, tandaan mo, pagiging virtual assistant for me, syempre, kaka-research ko din, then experience na rin. For me, it's not only for being an employee. Ano to eh, business mo to, sarili mo. Kasi ang binibenta mo dito, services mo, skills mo. So, yun yung pinakapuhunan mo dito. And yung sarili mo, syempre, di ba? So, paano nila malalaman? Paano sila maingganyo? Parang WordPress lang din eh. Paano ka nila kakausapin kung sa simula pa lang, big no-no ka na, di ba? So, nagsisimula pa lang, parang umunguya ka ng baboy. Paano kayo makakarating sa napagtapos niya? Sabi nila ni Miss Judee na dapat energetic ka talaga. Kasi paano nila malalaman na ganito ka kagaling kung muna pa lang tinatamad ka na, 'di ba? So, lagi mong and mostly isa pa dapat isipin niyo na wala nang second chance. So, do your best. Sa interview walang
Guys,
hindi
sa
ko
totoo
pwede
lang ang dami-dami ninyo na i-interview pa namin. So, it's already asking too much if you're going to ask us na i-interview na naman kayo, right?
walang ganun.
Finish na yung interview mo, tapos sabi mo, ay, sorry, Miss Joy, can we do it again? And then, ang dami-dami pa namin interview. Wow, social ka.
No second chance.
Walang second chance, di ba? Kung sa love life nga, walang second chance eh.
Possible. Because there's so many. Okay lang if 10 lang kayo. Pero ang dami kasi ninyo. So try your best. Give it your best shot. Try your best.
Try mo yung best mo.
Ask your help. Like, for example, nagbo-board ka lang sa isang like boarding house. Sabihin mo sa kapitbahay mo na later na lang sila mag-sex. Yung mga ganun. Later na lang, di ba? Later na lang sila mag-away, mag-asawa. Kasi ang ingay-ingay. Kasi may interview ka. Di ba? Later na lang. Nag-aaway na sila. Sabihin mo, pwede later na lang. Bigyan mo ako ng 30 minutes na hindi kayo mag-away. Something like that. Oo yan.
Pabigla na lang si client, may maririnig. Ang late ng
Diba?
And there's even a VA in batch 2 who told me na every time now they have the interview, she asks her husband to take the dogs out. Really, to walk their dogs para hindi maingay.
Yes.
Kasi that's really a good thing to do for especially for those who have dogs in the house. Like if you know that they will be really rowdy at this time, you ask someone to walk them out or somewhere in the street para hindi ka ma-disturb just for 15 minutes though.
Because anyway, it's not so long. Yeah. Really good tip. Any other tips pa, Ursi?
Ayun po. Yun nga, sabi ko, kumbaga, treat mo as your negosyo to. So, magsisimula talaga sa sarili mo. So, as sa sarili, siguro dadagdagan ko lang din yung mga tips nila Miss Judee at Miss Joy kanina. So, number 1, kumbaga, yung pagiging organized mo talaga, guys. Isipin mo, sabi ni Miss Judee kanina, fixing your bed, 'di ba? So, isipin mo, yun eh. Dati actually, noong time na lagi ko lang din ginagawa, hindi natutunan ko lang. Pero alam nyo guys, ang significance ng fixing your bed. Ano yun eh? Unang araw pa lang, unang oras mo, unang minuto ng buhay mo, nagkaroon ka na ng sense of achievement.
Yes.
Kasi, niligpit mo yun eh, di ba? So, pangalawa, paano mo magagawa yung malalaking bagay? Kung pagliligpit nga lang ng kama mo, hindi mo magawa. Di ba? So, ayun guys. So, tapos, maging organized kayo kasi alam ko, experience nyo rin, hindi biro pag pagka makalat, may nahanap ka, kumakain talaga ng oras mo. Mapa-physical or kahit sa sa PC mo, sa desktop mo, kumakain talaga ng oras. So, kailangan lagyan mo ng sistema. Yun yung pinaka-dames. Lagyan mo ng sistema yung ginagawa mo. Kasi para alam mo kailan mo gagamitin din, napapa-improve mo yung dati. Kumbaga, ito kakahapon, dapat, ito na yung, mas okay ka ngayon. Parang gano'n. Gano'n lagi mo, And then, sa pagiging VA, kumbaga parang this is it, dapat alam mo kung ano yung edge mo sa iba. So although tulungan kayo dito, family kayo, pero dapat alam mo kung ano edge. Kasi kahit sabihin natin na competition to eh. So kumbaga bigay mo yung best mo. Kasi guys, ito yung sinabi nila Miss Judee. Number 1 na kalaban mo dito at number 1 nakakampi mo sarili mo. Walang iba. Hindi kapitbahay nyo, hindi anak mo, hindi tatay mo. Sarili mo. Ba, hindi yung mga kompetensya mo dito. Kasi, halimbawa, sabihin mo, ang hirap ng ganito, ang hirap ng ganito. So, andun naman yung mga excuse natin, tanggap naman natin, mga valid reason, di ba? Pero guys, yung araw-araw ka, gabi-gabi ka nagpa-party, hindi valid reason yun. Paano madadagdagan yung skills mo, di ba? So, maano bang yung Friday, medyo maglaylo ka, or Saturday, magkaroon ka ng me time, punuin mo ng skill yung sarili mo. Kasi guys, totoo lang, ngumingiti si Miss Joy siguro, alam niya. Anyway guys, totoo yun. Marami. Ako, sarili ko, marami akong sinacrifice. Kabilaan, aya dito, aya doon. So sabi ko, lagi nang may nag-aaya di ba? So, ano yung, abang buhay na lang ba na, ito, sorry sa mga tambay kumbaga, magiging tambay ka na lang din, gayon mo ng dakila, di ba? So, kumbaga, dakilang tambay ka dito sa bahay, kumikita ka, di ba? So, para magawa mo yon di ba? So, kumbaga, tanggalin mo ng habit mo na, lagi na like mo pinapainom. So, okay, guys, jam lang muna kayo. Kailangan ko lang i-improve yung sarili ko. Bigyan mo sarili mo 1 month. Ewan ko lang kung walang magbago. Di ba? So, ngayon, huwag ka magtataka kung bakit wala ka pa rin client kasi wala ka naman ding skill na ini-improve. Di ba? So, doon pa lang, kung ini-improve mo sarili mo, malaking possibilities, di ba? So, ngayon tatanungin mo sarili mo, ba't wala pa rin ng client? So, hindi mo kasi pwede pagsabayin yung pagkakaroon ng pera at saka mga excuses Pili ka lang doon. Di ba?
I like
gusto maging success, di ba?
That's so true. That's
diba?
so true talaga. Kasi especially na ang dami-daming mga friends na nag-aaya ng tagay, yung mga ganon. Tapos
Opo.
sila pa nagpapakain sa inyo? Hindi naman. Di ba?
So, ayun, bawas-bawasan yung pag-ML mo, di ba? Pagdodota, di ba?
Those things. Those are, like for example, they're really, like, ako, sa totoo lang, what are the things that stop me from success?
Yo.
Kung ang ibang tao, like ako, every day, I still ask myself that. Like before, yung what stops me from success is talagang super ako magtagay at saka party-party. Pero syempre, old na ako ngayon. Hindi na yan uso sa katulad ko. But now, na-replace yon. Like for example, masobrahan talaga ako ng tulog. Grabe talaga ako matulog. Grabe. Like matulog pa ako like sa gabi tapos matulog pa ako sa hapon. And sometimes, it's already an addiction. Yung ganon.
Mm-hmm.
So you ask yourself, what are the things that you're actually using your time? Tapos, is it helping? Like for example, meron kang mga, yung mga Dota, yung mga ML, okay lang naman, pero siguro maybe time limit. Gawan din yun na ito.
Pag Pomodoro kayo.
Pomodoro ako. 15 minutes. Kaya?
Diba?
15 minutes.
Kaya, Neil.
Diba? 15 minutes. Diba?
Mag-ML 15 minutes.
Kasi sometimes,
Parang labo nun.
alam mo, my brother is actually a game master before for Dota, and then he's like super obsessed with Dota, and you know what? It came to a point that we gave him an ultimatum, and we really pinangka ko talaga yung brother ko. Sabi ko, are you really happy with how your life is leading? Because yung younger sister namin is malapit na mag-finish ng med school. Tapos ikaw, hindi ka talaga makapag-finish ng kahit isang course. Tapos, at that point, he was already like 26 or something like, basta malaki na yung age niya. So, it's so amazing that somebody like him who was so addicted to online games, ML, whatever, Dota, and you know what? Right now, he's entering med school. He graduated with honors sa course niya na parang, ewan ko, 9 years in college. Wait, hindi naman 9 years in college, but wait.
Mga 8.5, ma'am.
More than 9 years in college, my God. Yun, yung ganon. So, you have to be frank with yourself. What are the things that stopping you? Diba? That's a really good point, Ursi.
Tapos, yun nga guys, sabi nga, like kong inuulit, yung skills, matututunan yan, kumbaga, ano lang, totoo yun, the more you do it, nagiging habit na So, kumbaga, isipin nyo guys, minsan ito, nag-uusap kami nila Sir Neil, uy, sino magla-live? Uy, tayo daw, Guys, alam nyo ba na lahat ng live namin, wala kami notes, impromptu lahat yon. So, kumbaga, dati wala akong alam sa WordPress. Alam mo, after nung live or or basta after nito, natutuwa sa sarili ko, sabi ko, dati hindi ko alam yung mga bagay na yun, di ba? So, kumbaga parang ngayon,
What have you both?
Di ba? Naituturo ko na ano mo na lang kasi nga, nag-e-effort ka na, pinapractice yung mga bagay-bagay. Hindi mo ginagawa dahil kailangan, dahil sa ano. Oo, kailangan, pero at least, andun yung enjoyment na natututo ka talaga. So, kumbaga, nung una, ang hirap, pero naging habit mo na eh. Na parang magkakasad ka na pag wala ka natutunan sa isang araw. Parang ganon. So, naging habit na talaga. And then, yung sa, ano, sa, kumbaga, sa skills naman, isa pa, hindi mo naman kailangan lahat. Syempre lahat pag-aralan mo. Mas maganda pa rin alam mo. Pero pili ka ng isa, pili ka ng dalawa, tatlo na kung saan ka mag-excel. Kumbaga, ano nga eh, ano ba tawag dito? If you're working to be good at everything, you could never be best at anything. So, ayun. So, kumbaga, lagi niyong isipin na lalo, kumbaga, sa isang ano kasi pag-focus kayo, lalo kayo nag-i-improve. Kumbaga, hindi lang lahat alam mo. So, ayun, dapat, bukod sa alam mo lang, actually yung basic lang alam mo, okay na yun eh. Pero bigyan mo, kumbaga parang ikaw, si Miss Joy, naganap ng, sino kayang best sa sa SOCMED o kaya sa sa
That's
WordPress.
true.
Ikaw kagad yung maaalala. Kasi alam nila, husay mo. Pagdating sa writing skill, si Neil, maalala, di ba? Anong tumatak kay Sir Neil? Hugot. Si Sir Neil, pag sinabi mong hugot, branding niya yun, di ba? So guys,
tayo dyan.
business, branding yung sarili mo, di ba? So, ayun, believe in yourself, di ba? Kasi unang-una guys, kung hindi ka maniniwala sa sarili mo, hindi ka maniniwala sa kakayahan mo, sino pang maniniwala sa'yo? Di ba? Kung sa sarili mo hindi ka naniniwala di ba? So, ayun, tapos yung sa guys, yung sa kanina ni Miss Judee, ang laking bagay nun yung goal-oriented. Laking bagay nun. So, dagdagan ko lang siguro yon. Pili kayo na smart goal. So, i-search nyo lang, i-google nyo yung smart goal. Ito yung specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, tsaka time-based. Kumbaga, mga totohanan. So, example gusto mo magkaroon ng client, gusto mong ma-shortlist ni di ba? Pero, okay, dapat maging magaling ako sa ganito. So, parang napaka-imposible naman na pinapangarap mo pero wala ka namang ginagawang action dahan-dahan. So dapat, itong araw na to, pag-aaralan ko, WordPress, yung social media, at saka yung And then, ano yung mga strategy na ito? So, alam mo yung araw-araw may ginagawa ka, nagkakaroon ka ng progress. So, yun yung, kumbaga, hindi lang pwedeng sa July 15, meron na akong client. Hindi pa pwedeng ganun. Dapat, kailangan smart goal ka talaga. Guys, totoo yun, law of attraction. Targetin mo, mag-set ka ng date. Practice mo kada araw. So, yan yung mga sikreto nila, Miss Judee. Kaya naging successful sila yung mga law of attraction na yan eh. Di ba, Miss Judee?
I really believe in that, guys, because you know what? Sometimes because it's already like parang if you claim it in advance, tapos I always like give myself reminders, like even in my kitchen area, I have ang dami ko kasi mga maliit na whiteboard, tapos ang dami kong linalagay doon. Pero ngayon talaga yung goal ko lang talaga is maging sexy.
Wow.
Yun na lang talaga yung goal.
Wow. Fitspiration.
So,
Kasi I really wonder, Joy, ang dami ko nung na-achieve sa buhay, bakit hindi ako sexy? Yan na lang talaga.
Sexy chubby is the new sexy ba ya?
I don't like it. Gusto ko na talaga maging slim. Kaloka.
Sexy din yung na ngayon. Ay, chubby din yung sexy na ngayon, ma'am.
Okay.
Sir Neil, ikaw naman, hugot ka naman. Ikaw naman magbigay ng tip.
Ano pa ba? Nasabi niyo na halos lahat ng tips. So, sa akin is congratulations sa lahat po na umabot dito. We're so proud of you all kasi we know your struggles kasi kasama nyo kami sa Slack, sa live, kasama nyo kami para kami ang magsusupport sa inyo para matapos nyo to, and then nagawa nyo yung mga tasks. Nakaka-proud talaga.
Ito, plakpan naman sarili natin, guys.
Yes.
Diyan sa mga bahay-bahay nyo.
Guys, I'm so proud of you. And thank you so much to Neil and Ursi and Joy and Mimi for always being there in my behalf, because they really were there with you in Slack. Because sa totoo lang, guys, I'm not good in chat. Alam nyo naman yan, di ba? Nila Joy, I'm not good in chat. Like, maloka talaga ako. But I'm so proud of you. This has been a long journey. We thought it was just 15 days. But imagine, it's already July 9. So, 1 month.
More than a month. Because we started June 1.
Yes.
June 2 yata tayo nagsimula. June 1?
June 1. June 1.
If you think about it, yung experience ninyo sa virtual lasting since June pa. So
and there's more pa. We still have more trainings.
May language tayo, guys.
Oh, yeah. So, with this in mind, I just wanted, by the way, to have some announcements before we go, okay? We're going to be launching Batch 4, but Batch 4 is already paid. Kung sino dyan, may mga friends na gustong if you have friends who you want to have this experience, it's still very cheap though. We're planning to actually, like, in the future, have you noticed that ang dami-daming mga virtual assistant courses naman out there, and they're pricing each course at around 3,000 to 5,000 per course. Yes. We're planning in the future to price it at 1,999 per course. However, for batch 4, it's still very cheap. So if you have friends who want to do the batch 4, it's going to be 1,999 for the entire course. So imagine they actually save around 18,000, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
or more.
For your friends, you will have an affiliate. Diba?
Wow.
Na-apply agad yung affiliate marketing.
Agad.
So meron kayong affiliate na income na 10%. So for each person you refer, meron kayong cut. So how about that? Go ahead. Anyway, kayo, naka-experience kayo sa training, diba? And you can really see that you have grown so much so far. In fact, you know for yourself now, 1,999 is too cheap for this whole course. In fact, you got so lucky that you got it for free. Yes. But help us monetize Virtual Assistant University. You're the last batch who gets it for free. But of course, we're asking you to help us monetize it. I would really like to ask everyone to have, if pwede lang, kahit 1 to 2 referrals, or if merong marami, why not? But kasi meron din naman kayong affiliate, diba? So maganda yon. So you have, imagine, and it's really, really cheap if you think about it, right? So we're planning to at least, maybe we will do it by August, so we still have time to refer people, right? So so we will do an affiliate program, so that pwede din kayong maging pwede nyo i-vlog, pwede nyo i-recruit yung mga tao, because this is also going to help them. It's not like we're mga Ponzi scheme to, or like, hindi naman tayo mga
open-minded ka ba?
Oo, di ba? Open-minded ka ba? Hindi naman.
Marami tayo.
Payaman.
Power.
Hindi naman, di ba?
Good morning.
So, we will, for those who want to start doing the affiliate, send me a message on Slack, so that I can create an affiliate link for you. Okay? And then, wait lang. Oh, and then, also, okay, I think, meron pa tayong, may power pa. Power daw. Okay. And then, yeah, it's still very cheap, guys, diba? It's not really like, kasi, diba, have you seen naman na yung mga ibang mga trainings ngayon, and mind you, meron tayong personal shopper na nag-purchase talaga ng lahat ng mga training na yon. Tapos, VA din natin siya, at nasabi niya talaga na mas better talaga yung training natin. Which is, feeling ko naman, dahil ang ganda ng results natin, I think we have a good chance. So, while it's cheap, you refer your friends. You refer like yung mga tambay na mga family members nyo, yung mga tao na walang ginagawa sa buhay nila, right? Or people who want to transition and they keep on asking you na, ay, paano maging virtual assistant? Wow, ang daming explanation. Paano maging virtual assistant? Ano? So,
Just join.
just let them join the training and show them that this is still very cheap because eventually we are planning to make the per course 1,999, but for now for batch 4 we're going to make it cheap, okay? Tapos batch 5 is going to be more expensive than batch 4, parang ganon, para din siyang ewan ko, hindi naman networking talaga, hindi naman talaga, but mag-rise talaga siya. Yung mga ganun. Diba?
And it's really cheap, Judee, because in the end, they will get hired. Diba?
Yes.
They get hired.
It's just a fraction of your
May
future
guidance
salary.
pa.
Oo.
May guidance pa. Yun yung, actually, yun yung talaga yung maganda dito, yung guidance eh. Yun yung malaking bagay.
Kasi maraming mga programs na wala talaga silang guidance. Tapos, like, they'll just give you tips on how to apply on Upwork, tapos yun, tapos hindi ka talaga magka-client, yung mga ganun. So, tsaka na talaga. Diba? Yun.
So, isipin nyo guys, ano to, kung baga everyday mo dun, kung kukomputin mo, parang 66 pesos lang everyday yun. Pero, daming skills ang madadagdag sa'yo. So, magiging ano ka pa nun, competitive ka sa globally ang virtual lasting.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
and then especially right now, hope you can also refer a lot of people because right now, we're setting up, like for example, I have a particular partnership with another client na talagang ang dami-dami ng mga client calls na dapat kong gawin. So at least when we can start hiring you, we can, we have a future na pwede nating ma-hire. And don't worry about it because you will have, of course, first priority with the jobs. Don't worry about that. We'll do our very best. Okay?
Yeah.
But of course, wag kayo maging super maarte naman because that's the thing about if you're too maarte and you're too choosy for the job. Like for example, gusto mo talaga na yung job mo lang is email marketing lang talaga. So, magkaka-problem ka kasi yung ibang client gusto email marketing plus yung social media, yung mga ganon. So don't be shocked na, bakit wala pa akong client? December na lang, wala pa akong client. So, yun.
Or because they refuse to upskill. Like, they're just satisfied with whatever they've submitted in the training. So, yun na yun. Okay na, quits na. So,
yes guys, matuto kayo sa mga clients nyo.
So, you keep on improving your work. Di ba, Neil?
Yes, and then try to keep them. Gawin nyo lahat para makip yung clients nyo kasi sabi nga is minsan lang magkaka-client. This is your chance. Then gawin nyo lahat ng mga kaya nyo para makip nyo sila, be loyal to them para mas ma-feel nila na talagang pinapahalagahan nyo sila.
Kahit sino naman, pag loyal ka, di ba, Neil?
Yes. Kahit sino, basta loyal.
Wag na kayo
ikaw nagsimula niyan.
loyal. Ano ba talaga, Neil at Ercy? Loyal ba kayo?
Hindi na ba?
Loyal kami sa inyo.
Hindi na ba uso yan pagiging ma'am? Siyempre, dapat kahit sa relationship na, Sir Neil na. Sir Neil, tuloy mo na!
Huwag mo na isama yun. Ito naman. Personal na yun. Virtual lasting tayo.
Virtual lasting na ba?
We also have some other announcements. So, the next step dito is we're gonna have the interviews, right? So,
yes.
Can you share? Sino mag-share dito? Like, how's the scheduling gonna be?
Go, Ercy.
Scheduling, ma'am. Bali, mula Friday, mula bukas. So,
Friday, Saturday,
Announce ba kayo sa mga
Wednesday?
Nag-send na po ako ng form. So, guys, yung mga wag kayong kahit di pa tapos yung task, pwede kayo sumali sa
Okay
interview.
lang, guys, if you're not yet done with your WordPress, ClickFunnels, ano-ano pa dyan, magpa-interview kayo kasi you will still add that pa naman to your WordPress.
Nagbigay naman ako ng pointers sa mga itatanong eh.
Maarte dyan kasi please help us na i-interview din kayo kasi how can we give you a client if hindi ka naka-interview? Hindi pwede na WordPress lang tapos walang interview. Important talaga na may interview.
Importante yun, oo.
Okay?
So magpa-interview na kayo even if you're not feeling complete pa with your trainings. Make kasi may question doon na which of those tasks do you think you are comfortable doing or do you think you will grow at? You can make it up. You can say na I like this one even if you haven't really completed that particular task yet. So
sabihin na nila, ma'am, yung ano yung gusto talaga nila, no? Halimbawa, papunta rin naman sila doon. Kung ano gusto mo social media, yun yung sabihin mo.
Sa output. Because we are not really just basing on the interview on what you said. It will also go back to your output. If we see that you're really good at graphic design, then most likely you will be shortlisted for that particular job, right? So wag kayong mahihiya na magpa-interview na, guys, because we had like people in batch 2 and batch 1. They finished their WordPress but wala sila na interview, so we couldn't really have them graduate. So this is really a prerequisite to graduation.
Guys, so please magpa-interview kayo para we can give you the graduation. And then, when is our target for the graduation?
Mga after 2 weeks siguro. Because we still have so many trainings.
Yeah. So maybe mga like end of July, we will have the graduation. But by the way, guys, meron akong pasabog. Okay? Char. So, we have a client na nag-open siya kasi 'di ba we have a prospecting na course, right? So, after this one, we have a prospecting course with our client. And then, you can already earn with prospecting by just like earning while learning. Okay?
Yeah.
So you can learn while learning. So, but please, you can only go to that stage if magpa-interview kayo. Okay? So, you can already start working in a way kasi earning while learning siya. And then, everybody is free to join. But please, magpa-interview kayo kasi we will submit your profiles to that client first before you start like the earning while learning. Diba?
Yes.
Yun na, ma'am, di ba yun na po yung papakita nyo sa client, yung interview na yun mismo?
Yes, yun. Yun na. So,
really practice. And pray, guys. Pray talaga kayo kasi nothing will happen if this is not with God's guidance din. So, throughout the process, you just have to really pray. And also understand that, even if you fail in the interview with the client, there will still be more opportunities coming your way, especially with virtual assisting because we're like really actively looking for clients all the time.
Again, okay lang if you're not yet okay lang po ba magpa-interview, ma'am, kahit hindi complete pa yung task? Yes, pwede pa. Pwede magpa-interview, okay?
Because they're not really totally related naman din.
Yes.
Interviewed even if you did not really finish the tasks yet.
That's okay. So please, guys, I want more submissions, ha? Kasi I heard from Joy, how many lang yung
156 lang.
156.
Yeah.
And then
we're prepared for 400 to 700.
Yeah. So, guys, yung mga silent na mga watchers.
184 na po. 184 na.
Mga silent na yung mga silent dyan na, kasi I also observed na ang iba, hindi sila nasa live stream but they still do the tasks, right?
Totoo, meron pong ganun.
Ang dami-dami. Yes. So guys, yung mga silent workers dyan, mga silent partner.
Silent assassin, mga ganun.
Mga silent assassin dyan. So, guys, magpakita naman kayo.
Yeah.
Join the interview. And don't worry, we're not going to judge your progress. Just join the interview because at least it's one step closer to completing it. Anyway, guys, it's so easy to complete those tasks. Basta magpa-interview kayo kasi it's also inconvenient for us na magpa-special mention ka na we're done with the 500 people na nag-interview. Tapos, after 2 weeks, magpa-interview ka ng solo. Social ka. Diba? Please naman. Tapos ang dami-dami namin ginagawa. Please, maawa ka naman. Kasi ang dami-dami namin gagawin pa kasi we're launching batch 4. At the same time, we have a lot of, like, imagine this, guys. We're launching batch 4, but we're also going to be ushering in so many clients for you. So, wala na kaming time mag-interview sa inyo. Diba? That's the reason why we also allow na kahit you're not yet done, you do the interview. Okay? Kasi it's also inconvenient for us. Like, in my end, I will get angry if sasabihin ni Joy na, sasabihin ko, Joy, mag-shortlist ka na for our client, ha? Ang dami ng client. Tapos, Joy will say, ay, excuse me, miss, kasi mag-interview pa ako ni
I will not interview anyone na after
It's going to affect our productivity as a team. Remember that we're also trying to help a lot of people. And if magpa-special mention ka at that time, it's going to suffer, like we're going to suffer productivity-wise. And when we experience that, tapos, when Joy is done with that, may isa pa na magpa-special mention. Yung mga ganon.
Sunod na. Sunod na yan pag minaon na.
Imagine if we are slow sa productivity natin, di ba mag-slow ang mga hiring? Ayaw din yun naman yan, di ba? Kasi ang gusto natin ma-hire tayo. Right?
True.
Okay? Alright. Okay.
And we already prepared interview questions then. So, they're blasted on Slack and even on Facebook. You can prepare for those questions. It's very structured. You don't really have to be scared about it because spoon-fed talaga.
Joy Siraf, kapag hindi nakapasa sa interview, may take 2 ba? Just asking po.
Papasa lahat.
Walang score ito.
Although may scoring for graduation,
pero
it's an introduction of your WordPress lang, what you're doing.
But wala kaming i-fail sa interview, so you don't have to be scared, okay? That you will not be accepted, yung mga ganon, di ba?
Yes.
Guys, yung pointers na binigay ko, yun na mismo yung mga question.
We will not break from that.
Dadali mo na lang sarili mo sa interview, hindi yung, ma'am, pwede ba sa Saturday? Kasi sa Saturday patating ng gown ko di ba?
Wag na, guys. Don't be maarte, guys. If you're given, also please cooperate kasi ang dami-dami natin. Okay lang, 10 lang tayo. Pero ang dami natin. So, imagine if, for example, ikaw mag-inarte ka. Obviously din naman, di ba, GCQ, ECQ pa tayo, mga ganun. Ay, kami lang pala ECQ. Tsaka na.
ECQ ulit kayo, ma'am?
ECQ pa rin kami. ECQ ulit. Kami sa 31st.
Yeah, back
so
to
very sad, right? Pero, okay lang. Go lang ng go. Wala na tayong magagawa. But anyway, guys, don't make excuses kasi imagine if you're going to make excuses tapos your other 50 batchmates mag-make excuses, anong mangyari sa amin? Right? Kami pa mag-a-adjust. Ang dami ninyo. So, huwag mag-inerte. Ha?
Tapos ang masaklap niyan, ma'am. Ang masaklap niyan, ma'am.
Mag-inerte tayo kasi ang dami nyo. Okay?
Ang masaklap niyan, ma'am, baka umabot ng 1 month tenga. Ma'am, bakit wala pa rin akong client?
Don't blame us. Yung mga
yes.
Ha?
Diba? So, yun yung mahirap.
Kaya guys, kailangan ipapas para sa shortlist.
Wag na kayo anas doon sa task list. Talagang magpa-interview na kayo. Kumbaga, dami nagtatanong na kung qualified ba sila. Isipin nyo guys lahat dito qualified. Hindi na nga kayo na-qualified sa SAP nyo, kaya sa ayuda nyo, pati ba naman dito. Qualified namin kayo.
Qualified kayo lahat. Kasi if you did like imagine you did this training, you're already way more qualified than a lot of VAs that I know. Because a lot of VAs, like for example, meron nga silang 5 years experience pero legit, data mining lang ang alam nila. I'm not kidding.
Totoo.
Di ba? Oh.
So, maging proud ka kasi ang galing-galing mo. 'Di ba? Hindi ka ba na-impress sa sarili mo? Kasi ako, na-impress ako. Okay?
That's
so,
true.
Wag mag-inarte kasi
Also for those na like I've been getting like messages on Slack din paano yan Miss Joy, I don't have a computer. You can use your phone. You can really use your phone, but please make sure that it is angled in a way that it's not obviously from a phone. You can mount it somewhere. Oo. Mount it somewhere na and we will be using Zoom for the interview, so maybe you can install install Zoom. Install nyo na yung Zoom sa computer nyo or from your phone because we will be using that for the interviews, guys. Again, make sure that the angle of your camera is like what you're seeing right now. There's like 1 inch at the top of your head and then some space on the sides. And you're not nakadungaw at hindi rin anong tawag dun? Parang, it's just perfect. It's eye contact. So, make sure that is how you will present yourself in the interview. And then, I really appreciate it when people put like a curtain at the back, especially if they don't really have a very strategic location in their house. Parang kay Sir Neil, may cortina sa likod or something.
Hindi, talaga. Change location lang talaga ako.
So make it very clean, guys. Because this is, again, for you, it will be posted in your WordPress. And I don't really want to call this like an interview because it's very structured. It's just an introduction of who you are. It's like an introductory video to your WordPress. So no one will fail this as long as you just show up.
Siyempre dapat formal. May nagtatanong kung formal o formal dapat. So,
dress well.
Bigyan niyo yung best na English ninyo. And then kami ang magi-interview. Hindi pa po client. Pero yun yung papakita namin. Tapos, ma'am, padagdag na rin po ng deadline kasi para magawa na natin yung list. Kasi guys, yung form na binigay namin is para lang malaman namin yung availability ninyo. Kasi mahirap naman na mag-set kami ng hindi kayo available. Halimbawa, kasi hindi naman lahat, kumbaga, tambay o kumbaga bakante lagi. So, iba may nagtatrabaho, di ba? So, kaya nag-set kami ng form para malaman namin yung availability ninyo. And then, please, lagyan natin ng deadline para magawa na namin yung list para bukas makapagsimula na. Guys, minamadali na namin to kasi gusto na namin magkaroon ng client. Ang dami kasing client. Di ba, Miss Joy?
So, when is the deadline, Ercy?
Kayo, ma'am, kayo po. Ano bang Kasi, anytime lang po ito
12 midnight today is the deadline.
12 midnight. Gawin nyo na, ha?
It's very easy form. You just have to click lang.
Lagyan nyo lang naman yung name nyo dun eh.
Yes.
12 midnight,
So
guys.
if you're looking for the
Pa-inform na
form,
lang yung iba. Pa-inform na lang yung iba.
Others. Because it's not a big deal talaga. Wag mag-inarte, please. Because help us naman. Kasi we're trying our best. Okay? It's going to make our lives more difficult if mag-inarte kayo na, tomorrow na lang. Ay, later na lang. Next week na lang. O tapos, ma-waste yung lahat ng training ninyo if hindi kayo magpa-interview. Diba?
Totoo. Sayang yung isang buwan.
Diba?
Sayang lahat ng pagod.
So,
na mag-fill out ng form.
Kung kinakailangan yung tawagan, yung mga hindi naka-online, gawin nyo. Kung kinakailangan wala silang load, mag-load na.
Kindly announce sa mga groups ninyo, please. Para matulungan yun.
Galit.
Okay? Alright. Anything else that we would like to add? Wala na, no?
Okay si Sir Neil po.
Wala na po. Okay na po ako. Masaya ako para sa kanila.
Meron pa akong client ko.
Yan na. Diba guys, may client na naman.
Diba, mag-sales talk na naman ako.
Kami po magre-record, wag niyo pong alalahanin niyo.
Kami
ang bahala. Don't worry. Okay?
So, ma'am,
the
thank you po,
recording will be
guys.
forwarded to everyone so that you can include it in your WordPress.
Okay.
Yan,
All
pumunta na kayo sa salon bukas.
right. So
All right.
thank you so much, everybody. I hope that you learned something today. I
So
really
much, ma'am. Ang
appreciate
dami.
people in attendance right now, and I wish you all the best. I'm so proud of everybody, and I'm so happy to have you here. Let's give ourselves a round of applause. Almost
Galing.
graduation na to, guys. Actually, parang recognition day. You guys,
Guys, maniwala kayo. Alam namin nilang pakiramdam. Alam namin ni
Yes.
Neil.
yes, kasi we also
Excitement,
went through
taranta.
that.
Oo. So,
True.
good luck sa inyo. God bless.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye,
Yes,
everybody.
everyone.
Thank you
Okay.
po.
Well,
Bye-bye.
midnight is the deadline, ha?
12 midnight.
Bye-bye.
God bless.
Bye-bye.
God bless sa inyong lahat.
Congrats
Bye, Miss
sa lahat.
Judee. Bye, Miss Joy. Sir Neil.
Bye-bye.
Bye po.
Thank you, Neil, Ursi.
Miss Joy. Bye,
Bye.
Miss Judee.
Okay.